legacy of the Crystal Shard. Before we begin...
So the vote came in, obviously, for the spooky night.
Spoopy!
Can anyone hear me?
Can anyone hear Steph?
Saying that.
I can't hear Steph now.
Hello? Duma believes in no ghosts.
I was trying to find that Fat Tony gif of stop doing that, and I couldn't. It would not come up.
So we're actually live.
Guys.
I can hear you, Steph.
Okay, hi. In the doobly-doo down below, you will find our link to our Extra Life, as well as the link to our sister shows as part of the Heroes Wanted Collective, and the Discord as well. But without that, take it away, Patrick.
Thank you, Stephanie. Welcome, everyone, to session 23 of Legacy of the Crystal Shard. I will be the DM for tonight. My players joining me are...
Hi, everybody. My name's Chris. I'm playing Radigan, Human Artificer, and I have an unlicensed magical accelerator on my back.
Fun times. Hi, everyone. I'm Tara, and I'll be playing Cithrin, the Silver Dragonborn Great Weapon Fighter.
And hello, I'm Lorne, and I'm playing Curious, the Goliath Ranger Monster Hunter.
I am Brendan, and I'll be playing the Great Ezekiel, a wonderful, wonderful half-elven.
Nabil here. I'll be playing as Duma Bullstrike, a Minotaur barbarian following the path of the ancestral god.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing Augustus Constantine, the Forge Cleric of Moradin, and I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Hello, I'm Stephanie, and I'm playing Cassandra Bowman Whitaker, divination of wizard and fangirl.
And our party has been crossing Icewind Dale to get to the city or the town of Tourmaline. Along the way, they stopped off in the Timberway Woods at the Ice Possum Lodge, where they found a frozen body and the lodge empty and damaged. There, while searching through, they were attacked by a half-frozen deranged man inside the lodge, and a creature that Cithrin had been seeing out of the corner of her eye finally materialized and attacked as soon as Cithrin was left alone outside. The angry spirit of the wood was eventually defeated, as were two ghost lions. Inside the lodge, you found a couple of gnawed bodies, along with a magic hand axe, a ring on the man you mercifully killed as he was turning into another evil spirit, and a small trove of potions and a scroll, all bearing the sigil of the name Passion. You guys lit a fire in the fireplace and settled in for a long rest as the wind and the snow blew outside and again started to fall. Morning came. You guys awaken, perform your morning ablutions. Augustus is able to sort of cook for you. You step outside of the winter cabin and find yourselves in a gray lit morning. But what you notice is, instead of the tree line outside and the small sort of cliff face that was behind this hunting lodge cabin that you were staying in, instead you just see a swirling snowstorm. And it looks like you are in the eye of a tornado as the wind and the snow is just sort of whipping around you. And out of the snow in front of you, just sort of whipping and whirling up, you see a snowy sort of featureless form start to grow as the snow sort of swirls up and up, eventually forming what you recognize as the form of Hedron, the Ice Witch. And she, slowly materializes up out of the snow in front of you. And looking around, you realize the hunting lodge behind you is gone, having been replaced by what looks like an old, decrepit manor. And it is made of black stone. And Hedrin smiles as she, catches all of you in her sort of snowy gaze, and you just hear this very light, almost sort of whispered words coming from her, but, in your heads, you hear it quite loudly and clearly. And she just turns and just says, "There is evil in my woods. For you to continue your journey, I must request that you pluck it out. Inside this manor, which used to belong to a General Montarathus that lived in this area, is a foul, foul evil that must be removed." And she will tell you that, part of the awful spirit of the wood that you defeated last session was part of Oral's wrath for the people that have overhunted this area and not paid tribute enough. And as your penance, you must rid yourself of this evil. Otherwise, you will never wake and never leave the coming storm. Is that understood? You go to fire, but as this almost sort of feels like a dream, your movement is just sort of slow, and you realize that as you pull up your crossbow, you don't actually have any fingers on your hands, and it sort of, floats around in these sort of nubs at the ends of your arms. And Hedrin just sort of smiles and just says,
"Well, that's just not fair."
"My dear, you are not in your element. You are in my element. Please, do as I say, and Auril will smile upon you. The only way out is in the manor." And with that, this snow form, as you've seen happen before, just sort of crumbles and breaks apart in a few different pieces and settles down into the snow, to where it doesn't look like it was there at all. And, the snowstorm continues sort of swirling and swirling around the manor. And, you can head out and sort of explore it, but you cannot sort of push your way through it. And you realize the only clear path is this black stone path that is in front of you. And you notice that the blackness of the stone, the more you look at it, is unnatural and almost tainted. And you actually sense in this snowstorm the air growing thick, and what little light that is left of the night coming into morning here somehow becomes duller and duller the closer you get to this dwelling. What would you guys like to do?
Guess we go in.
Well, now hold on. So are we standing in front of this manor?
Yes, you are currently standing in front of the manor.
All right.
Hang
Radigan
on.
is going
Let me put you on the map. For some reason, that didn't change over.
Yeah, I was
Nope.
about ready to say.
Still in the
This
lodge.
manor is remarkably similar to the lodge.
There you go.
Yeah, Radigan was about to start
Can you
repairing
ping
things.
us?
Yeah.
It's a big map.
Okay,
Can I
so-
light a torch? Because I don't have dark vision. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm pink better now.
This is the front door, yes.
Duma basically is just going to walk around the edges of the manor, but not going anywhere near the door. He just wants to use his axe to see if there's anything we should be aware of.
Walking around the edge of the sort of manor, you do, you pick up just sort of a sense of this sort of swirling storm, but, it doesn't ping too loudly for you. You get the sense that, there may be something sort of moving around in there, but nothing dramatic comes to you.
All right. I'd like to sort of examine this front door and pull my goggles over and start scanning the area with a little bit of minor magical help and see if I can determine what kind of place this is and if there's anything I need to be careful of on the approach to the.
All right. I mean, as you move forward to these doors, you stand in near darkness. Before you, you see a set of steps that lead to the high archways that govern the entryway into the mansion proper. And there's a large set of double oak doors that sit patiently closed, awaiting you. I will say, as you move forward and look, you notice small crystal blue eyes peering at you from behind a dark window just beside the doorway.
Hi there. And I smile nice and wide, big grinning teeth.
All right.
Any reaction?
And the eyes, no reaction. The eyes just, these little blue, eyes just continue peering through this small little, side window on the door.
Excellent. I will sort of take a look under the archway here and make sure that there's no, nasty, pointy surprises about to follow me, or that the ground beneath my feet is going to be solid.
All right,
So
give me an investigation check.
Do that.
You notice no traps. You do see that, this is very finely done stonework. They are very heavy, solidly carved oak doors. But yeah, no traps, nothing that appears dangerous in the front entryway.
All right. And I'll step forward and I'll look the eyes right in the eyes and just kind of smile and say, how?
And as you, finish your investigation and look around, you notice the eyes are no longer there. And I will say, you pick up with that natural 20. It's, almost as if you felt like an Arcana check. You just feel this sort of eerie essence surrounding the doors themselves.
Cassandra, why don't you go on ahead and check out those?
Check out the what?
Check out the doors. There's a little bit of the old hoodoo on it, if you know what I mean.
All right, first I will look in through the eyes of my Tressum to see anything invisible.
Tressum sees nothing invisible.
All right, then I will roll an Arcana check to see what magically is up.
All right, give me an Arcana check.
9.
9. You get the sense that, you can, as Radigan sort of explains to you, you don't pick up any sort of essence. He said he felt some sort of magical kind of essence around the doors. You going up and taking a sort of gander in a field, you don't pick up anything especially.
Radigan, there isn't anything here. Just go on ahead. You're being paranoid.
Ma'am, when it comes to magical items, I believe I'm the expert here.
Excuse me?
That you'd had a,
I have a degree. I won the scholarship for
Well, they're arguing we should just go in.
Pretty girls.
Yeah.
Elminster's scholarship for pretty girls who want to magic good.
All right, Augustus, you go to open the door and it is held fast.
I push the door then.
Give me an athletics check.
I meant just pushing it like I'm trying to open it. I push, then pull.
It does not give.
Okay, then I'll do the athletics check.
You need a hand?
I was just going to ask that, yeah.
I count as one size larger, so does that give me advantage to my athletic for trying to kick down a door?
Only when you're trying to push or pull weight.
The door is a weight, and I'm trying to push or pull it.
Yep, I'll give you advantage.
Well,
he's also got big centaur hooves.
Yeah, he does have extra
Not a good
traction to be
athletic
able to put more force into it.
Yeah, you crouch down, shove your shoulder against it. It doesn't even budge. It is just solid.
All right, the other guy's 10.
I hold up my crossbow and I say, I invented this.
Are they still arguing?
Wait,
Yes.
let me try something. Ezekiel will step forward, and in Elvish, he will say the word "friend."
That happens.
Nice.
And then he tries the door.
It is firmly closed.
I want to try something. I will step up to the door. I'm going to knock.
You knock. You hear, sort of a loud, empty, echoing sound come from inside. No response.
Are there any other entrances that we've seen?
Duma, as he and as you wandered around the side, you saw one area that looked like it was a large hedge that you thought you might be able to get through. And then to the left, you can see there's, instead of like the wall of the house itself, it looks like it is just a very tall, about a 12-foot high fence that is here. That area is just sort of a fence. And then up in the northeast, you saw what looked like a large hedge, which probably encircled a small garden of some sort.
Yeah, Duma went around the building. I don't think he would have said if he had seen any other entrances.
I just went down here, just around, just where I'm pinging.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. So
I saw around there. I saw a passageway that was going around the.
yeah, that's the south end of the house. The passageway you saw, that's the second floor is what's above it. So yeah, you saw this large sort of 12-foot fence that surrounded obviously an outdoor area, which is, this fence here.
Are there
yeah.
any balconies that are on the second floor?
Not that you can see.
Any
Open.
windows?
There are windows, no balconies. As you turn and step away and step off of the porch, Curious, you do hear this creak sound from behind you, and you look back to see that the doors have opened on their own. And you see just a looming black space behind the entryway, staring menacingly at you, yet inviting you into its abode.
Well,
I think I opened it.
that's not ominous or anything.
Shall we then?
Well, it's better than being outside.
I light a torch.
Who wants to take
Oh.
point?
Duma will take the point.
All right, I'll follow Duma.
All right, let's go, big
I
bottom
will
horse.
follow you.
I wish I had a light spell, but I don't.
I'll
Okay.
follow Duma in. But
I'll carry a torch. Because I only need one hand.
All right, I'll pass the torch off to you.
Okay, you guys go into this entry foyer, and it's a large open space with a floor of black marble that the torchlight reflects off of. And you can see two imposing demonic statues stand to either side of the foyer as if motionless, keeping watch over the empty room. And then at the far side of the room, you see a set of stairs that Heidi Cat sort of flies right over and past. And as she flies in between the two demonic statues, they immediately, you can see, sort of stretch and crack their necks. And I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
I was
Oh.
only doing that for the people at home, but that's
Too
okay.
late.
Too late.
I
stupid
was going to
Too
check
late
the
to
gargoyles by shooting them,
apologize.
but
Yeah, I was gonna try and hit them as well, but
hey, I've got infinite ammo. I can be shooting everything all the time.
I see something with a blue ring.
Well, you should be shooting things just to get them off the shelf. Like you need that tin cup, shoot it off the shelf.
Turning on the lights, turning off the TV, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
All right. And none of you are surprised as they come to.
we've seen this crap before.
Yep. First up, Sithrin.
All right, as they come to life, I'm going to charge forward and swing.
All right. Roll your attack. That is a hit. And is your axe magical?
Not yet. And
Not yet.
I only have the
So
silver
yeah.
one, but I don't think that would even work.
No. So yeah, you swing and you do hit, and it, your axe sort of, glances off. You do damage, but you don't do as much as you would like to normally do. Any more
Okay,
movement?
so
Any bonus actions?
that's it for me. Free action. I'm just going to say we need magic as like frost starts coating my teeth in my frustration.
All right. Radigan.
All right, so Sithrin went up this way to shoot, or to stab the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just find my character sheet wherever I lost it. There it is.
I went up basically.
If you shift double click on your token, it'll open it up.
Ooh, didn't know that. Okay, one to the left gets a crossbow bolt.
The one by Sithrin or the other one?
The other one, because that's the one I could see from my weird perch.
15 just hits. And so yeah, your crossbow strikes, and yeah, there's sort of a spark as sort of little bits of shale and stone fly off them, and you see it just sort of silently grimace. Any movement? Any bonus actions?
No bonus actions yet. Although I will probably move down to there.
All right.
Because that probably wasn't a valid space for me anyways.
Augustus.
All right. So I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the one that's closest to me.
Okay, roll your attack.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately, you fire, and it fires wide, just barely missing Heidi Cat as it is flying in sort of that second foyer area.
That
Oh,
was an
wow.
amazing damage roll for it, though.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's
Oh, wow.
foyer, Patrick.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Only if you're a hillbilly.
I am not a hillbilly. I am from right outside Philadelphia.
Which is called the Poconos.
No,
Hillbilly.
no, I'm not from the Poconos.
Duma, you're up.
All right, Duma's gonna head out to the one on the left, and hearing Sithrin's about using magic weapons, I'm gonna drop my longsword and my shield since I can't carry a great axe with just one hand. I'm gonna strike with my great axe of warning. Please don't fail me. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go rage and reckless attack.
That is a hit. All right, yeah, you come down with your axe, and I mean, you take a huge chunk out of this stone, and it just kind of, your axe sparks as it hits, and sort of flies off, and you can actually see a couple of burn marks in the wallpaper that is surrounding you. This gargoyle looks quite badly injured at this point. Any movement? Nope. Any more movement? You've got your bonus actions done.
The ancestral protectors, and that's it for me. Also,
Okay.
I have another action. It's not really a bonus action, but can I push it? I mean, like it's part of my action if I use it or not. I don't know if that counts. I'm just trying to figure it out. I have
I
too
don't think
many.
you moved. I don't think you moved far enough to push it. Or is it just your hammering horns?
Oh, it's just my hammering haunts. I wasn't going for the gore. Basically, just to curse it with the ancestrals and push it with the attack. So hammering horns, yeah.
Is hammering horns a bonus action?
It's a bonus action.
It is a
'cause
bug.
you use your bonus to rage. So nope. Curious.
All right, I will move up to here. I will swing at this guy. Actually, wait. I will bonus action mark him.
Okay.
So he's now my Slayer's prey. And action, I will attack.
All right. Unfortunately, yeah, your hand axe glances off, does not connect for any damage.
All right. That's my turn.
Okay, it is now the gargoyles. The one that you struck, Duma, its wings flare out. First off, it is going to attempt to claw at you, so it reaches out to try and slash you.
FYI, since I dropped my shield, my AC is down to 15.
Yeah, that 20 is going to hit you anyway. That is 8 slashing damage, so reduced to 4. And then it is going to, as it claws you, it pulls you in and it's going to attempt to bite you. And that is not going to hit you, unfortunately. And
I'm
then
sorry
it is
about that.
going to, yeah. Then it is going to take flight and try and fly up. So Augustus and Duma, you guys both get attacks of opportunity on it.
All right, no magic weapons, so I'll just use the silver and miss anyway.
You miss. Duma, you do connect for another 15 damage, and you basically swing and crack its legs off at the knee, and it sort of, its legs fall to the floor. It is still flying above you now, but it is very badly hurt and is having a very hard time maintaining its flight.
Cool.
Does this gargoyle sound like number 1 and the other one sounds like a Betamax character?
You haven't
Yeah,
heard them
Detroit.
speak yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. All right, the other one is going to claw at you, Sithra. That is a 17, so you take 3
That's a
slashing
hit.
damage, and then it is going to
Mhm.
reach out and again try and bite you.
Mm-hmm.
That is an 18. You take another 3 piercing damage.
Damn.
And it also is then going to try and fly upwards a good 15, 20 feet. Both you and Curious will get attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Cool. Damn.
Sithrin hits. Curious does not. Again, it only takes part of the damage, but you do manage to connect with it, and there's another sort of spark, and more stone falls. That takes us to the Great Ezekiel. So they are now flying 10 or so feet above everybody, Ezekiel.
I'm going to look at this one, and I'm going to say, "Looks like you don't have a leg to stand on, my friend." And that is vicious mockery.
Sure is.
Oh, does it connect?
4 damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack roll if it doesn't kill him.
That does, in fact, kill him. He, hears that and looks, and he sort of flies into the wall and just sort of smashes and crashes and then just slides down the wall, sort of scratching and scraping it. But as he collapses down to the ground, just sort of shatters into 4 pieces.
Cross that one off the bucket list. I have killed someone with an insult. That's it for me.
Cassandra.
All right, I am going to have Heidi assist me and firebolt the gargoyle.
All right, and the other gargoyle is sort of looking down, saying, "No, Gerund."
Gerund?
The gargoyle's name that died. I assume.
Your firebolt hits, just sort of sparking off one of the wings for 1 damage.
Figures.
Any movement?
No, I'm feeling pretty secure right here.
All right, top of the round, Cithrin, you have a gargoyle flying 10 feet above you.
Yeah. All right, light crossbow.
Misses.
Blah.
Yeah. Ducks out of the way. Any movement? Any bonus action?
Nope.
Radigan.
Radigan rolls on in, does a nice tuck and roll, and nails him right between the wings.
Boom goes the crossbow. Yeah, that is 13 as you catch it flush as it is just avoiding Cithrin's, and it sort of rears back and roars in pain. Any more movement? Any bonus?
Take a bonus action to consider how cool that was.
All right. Yeah, you come up and you just blow the end of your crossbow.
Humility is number one, my friend.
Augustus, it is your turn.
Okay, so that one's still up.
That was a bonus action to chastise Radigan.
Awesome. Okay, so it's still up, though, flying around.
It is. It is about 10 feet above. It has a huge black scorch mark where Radigan just shot it, though.
All right. I could either cast a spell because I can't do any magic with my weapon. So let's just do. We'll Sacred Flame it.
All right.
Motherfucker.
Success. So yeah, so this radiant light shoots down, but it is able to dodge and fly out of the way. Any movement? Any bonus action?
Yeah, I'll move up and hold my weapon up and try and make sure it can't fly over top of over here.
All right. You can channel divinity to make your weapon magical.
I did it to my armor this morning. I pretty much
okay.
do it every morning for my armor.
Duma.
Duma is wishing he had his spider shoes. Never mind. I'm just gonna move back over here so I can get a good look at this thing. Pull out a javelin and still raging and reckless attacking. It's a regular attack. It's not.
Uma, there's a creepy doll behind you.
Yeah, you notice that as you climb up those little steps in the little waiting area on the raised platform, you do notice there's a cushioned couch in the southwest corner and there's an old worn doll laying on it. But it doesn't distract you enough. You throw your javelin. It does connect. Roll your damage. All right. And again, it connects. It does not do as much damage as you would like. It does sort of strike and then bounce off it. And then, yes, swirling around are your ancestral protectors.
That's it for me.
All right. That takes us to Curious.
All right. Pull out my second hand axe. Action. Chuck this at it.
Hits.
Nice. Nearly max damage.
Yeah, your axe actually embeds sort of in its neck, and you can actually see a large crack and fracture go down across its chest.
He's still up?
Yes.
All right. So I turn this off, and then bonus action, chuck the other axe at him.
It does hit. This one bounces off, but you can see it does take a small chip of stone off of it. It is still alive, but it is having trouble maintaining.
All right. That's sort of my turn.
All right. It will swoop down atop you, Curious, and it is going to attempt to claw you with disadvantage. And you are able to easily sort of brush it aside. And then it is going to reach out and attempt to bite you, Cithrin, as Curious sort of pushes it off. That is only a 15, which, again, does not hit. You are watching this happen, and you're able to sort of parry it aside. The ancestral protectors of Duma, you can see, are harrying it and giving it trouble, so it was not able to connect with that
Thank you,
critical
Duma.
hit. And
No problem.
then it will sort of continue its flight up. Curious and Cithrin, you will get attacks of opportunity.
All right. I just realized I don't have anything set up for this, so give me half a sec here.
Still flying, right?
Yes.
Let's find out how much a Goliath punch does to to a gargoyle.
Yeah, your crossbow bolt unfortunately does not connect.
Sad.
Boom!
That, however, does connect. You strike it, and I mean, your hand hurts, but you take a huge chunk of stone off of one of its arms and its wings, and it's down to 1 HP. So I'm just going to say that does it. It spins off, crashes into the ground, and breaks apart as you guys watch Curious punch the gargoyle out of the air. And
I then pick
throw
up my
across the floor.
axes.
Huh. Remind me never to get into a game of fisticuffs with you, my friend.
Although I'm always down for that game of horseshoes.
Of course you are.
Bum bum.
I
All right,
appreciate
you guys
that.
are out of initiative. You can see that this little empty waiting area as you move towards it. Again, there's this couch in the corner with just this small, worn children's doll lying on it. You see that in the other corner there is a statue that is a griffin sitting atop of a pedestal, and it is holding up one of its arms with its talons in front of it, almost like it's making a knocking stance. So it's sort of seated and pranced, but then it has one of its legs up with the talons sort of closed. Looks like it would be knocking on a door.
So it's
And
just it doesn't move when we walk up in.
It doesn't move. It just that's just the position it's seated in. And you can see that there is a circular staircase with stairs going up and down, but there is a closed portcullis in front of it.
All right, I'll fist bump the griffin.
Radigan, can you check the griffin and check this couch?
Okay. I'm going to...
I will also check the couch. I am trained in the medical arts.
Yes, you are. Check it as well. Okay, that's fine.
Hey, shoot that doll or burn it or something. We all know what happens with these things.
Oh, it
And
looks
I'm gonna
like one of my dolls that I had as a girl.
Ezekiel's gonna pull out
What's it
that
called?
fancy
Annabelle?
dagger. That
Well,
fancy
first off,
dagger.
Duma sort of shoulders his way past, and you see him poke it with a distance from his javelin. And you poke it, and it easily sort of tears, and you see a little stuffing come out, and it flops over on its side, Duma. But I will say, you notice that this doll has, bright blue crystal eyes set into it.
Right, I'm setting it on fire.
We could probably sell those eyes.
Wait. Check fit for magic.
With your Arcana check, you do not, you look at it, you sense around it, you don't get any sort of arcane sense off of the doll. It appears just to be a very old, very worn and looks like a very well-loved children's doll.
I'm sure it is. And I pull up my big wrench and I knock it off the couch and then I put my torch to it.
All right, yeah.
I have your torch.
I grab my torch from Ezekiel. I grabbed Ezekiel's arm and I put the torch to it.
Who Radigan hurt you as a child? Show us on the doll where they touched you.
Radigan is correct here.
You knock the doll down to the floor. You put the torch to it. It ignites fairly quickly. It makes a very acrid sort of smell when the hair burns. You get the sense that it might have been, either human or animal hair that it was made of, but it burns up quickly and leaves just a pile of ash with two crystal blue eyes that are sort of blackened as the fire burns away.
Are they like the eyes we saw at the beginning? On the door?
Radigan certainly thinks so.
Yeah,
Let's
they
hope
look
that
like
we
it.
didn't need that for later.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not messing around with no creepy dolls.
Yeah, I agree. That is the way to go.
What about the statue?
And I'm going back.
Yeah, any secret levers in it?
I will investigate.
It appears to be knocking, so knock on stuff.
What happens
Okay.
if we burn this house down?
No, I was just gonna ask, Gus, instead of fist bumping the griffin, did you try moving the arm up or down like?
No, I did not.
And as you ask that, Radigan, as you're investigating, you pull the arm down, and it does go down, and I will say, Cithrin, the room you are staring into, you can see it looks like a tea room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a large sunken room. There's a fireplace and a hearth situated in the northwest corner. And you see 3 small round tables for guests to sit in. And there's a huge glass chandelier hanging from the ceiling. There's a set of stairs going up to your left, going into a room that you can't quite see from this area. But as the arm of the griffin is pulled down, you see a secret door in the wall over here just immediately sort of pop open.
Guys, there's doors opened up over here.
See? All it takes is a little push and pull.
When he lets the hand go, does the door close?
It goes back to its original position, and you realize you can actually push it the other direction as well.
Okay.
All right, I'll push it the other direction a little bit later, and I pull down on it. What do you see?
I will go forward and I will peer
I'm-
cautiously around the corner.
And I'm backing her up.
All right. You see it is a small passageway about 15 feet long, plain heavy stone walls. And at the other end, you see the backside of what appears to be another, doorway, but it is closed.
I see another door.
Oh, wow. Can I close my eyes and see through Heidi and do like a 360 of the room because she can see invisible things?
Yes. She turns and does a 360. And as you are doing that and everybody sort of, is moving around, the chandelier that is on the ceiling comes crashing down. I need Augustus, the Tresserum, and Duma to all give me dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh no. By Morden's blessing, please let my hoofs move fast.
Morden heard your pair.
And I think I hear somebody knocking at the door. I'll be right back.
It's the griffin.
That is 2 18s. Augustus and Duma are easily able to dodge out of the way. Oh, and the Tresserum just flies through. You are all easily able to avoid this chandelier as it comes crashing and smashing across the ground. Duma, you see up the stairs into that next room. It appears to be a dining room, but you can see it as an empty old sort of dinner table that is sitting in the center of the room. And you're sort of at the edge of the torchlight, so that's about as much as you can see at this point. Cithrin, you move into this hallway, and you can see, very, very, clear sort of black stone floors. The walls are sort of black, but you do see there's this, doorway about 15 feet in front of you that is closed.
All right,
How much damage did I take from that?
You took
think-
no damage. You guys all managed to get out of the way.
Cithalin, before you go in, could we just try one thing? Oh, come here, puss puss. And I will grab Heidi. Let us put her in and switch it. If there's 2 doors, maybe the second door will open once the first door closes, and Cassandra can look through Heidi's eyes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Heidi, I love you. Kisses. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid.
You're literally controlling it, aren't you?
Yes.
You don't control it,
It's a
but
cat.
also you can dismiss it at any point and bring it back to your.
Yeah, in theory, you could hold an action to dismiss it as soon as you see something dangerous.
Yeah, so let's try that. We'll put in Heidi, and then have flip the lever, Crunk.
And then as you say that, I'm like, all right, I just tied off the arm. It's all good. And I go back to the arm.
All right, so Tressrum goes in the hallway.
I will let
you push the arm up. The door in front of Cithrin closes. The door in front of the Tressum, you see it open, Cassandra, and it opens into a larger space. Does a Tressum have dark vision?
Nope.
I believe you can see invisible things. What do you mean it doesn't have?
Yeah, dark vision
it does.
60 feet.
60 feet.
Okay.
Dark vision 60 feet.
I haven't looked at the stat block in a while.
Yeah, so you see it opens into an irregularly shaped room. There are at the far end a pair of double doors, and then just beside them a pair of just a single door. And on the walls in this room, you can see it looks like it's covered in paintings. It's, you can't make out colors, but you can definitely tell there's paintings and things hung on the walls in here.
I recognize
And-
like the scene. Is it like, I don't know, a king holding court? Is it like a hunting scene? Is it a bloodbath?
It looks like family pictures.
And does Steph see in her vision or the cat's vision? Because cats don't see exactly the same colors as us, do we? Or do they?
Well, dark vision, you can't see colors anyway, so everything is
true, yeah.
sort of grays and blacks and whites in here. So that's why you can tell they're kind of paintings and portraits, but you can't make out fine details.
Ah, I see. All right, so I will tell that to everyone here, and then I will go. Is that door opened or?
The secret door in the passageway is open. The double doors and the single door in this room are both closed.
Can she go to the other door?
She can.
All right, she will very gently go to the other door.
The
she
second
was
you
in this
open it, she'll
room.
lose interest.
Oh, okay. So this double door is closed and that other door is closed.
Yes.
Interesting. Can she, like, try and push it open, or?
She can. Looking up, you can see there is a handle, so pushing against it does not cause it to open.
True. What about the double doors?
They are closed shut as well.
All right, I will command Heidi to come back, and I will let
Alright.
everyone know what I found there.
All right, so she makes it back into the passageway and just sits as she is.
Oh, the lever! Radigan!
as
Never!
This door here is now closed.
All right, I'll throw it down.
All right, the door behind Heidi closes. The door in front of Cithrin opens, and Heidi flutters back out.
What a good puss. You will get an extra ration of tuna tonight.
Does anything happen in the room below?
You're staring at it. It just looks like an empty old dining room. Do you climb the stairs and go into it?
One problem at a time. Let's just figure this place out first. The room we're in.
I'm gonna grab these two little crystals.
So who wants to stay behind and
From
work
the
the
door.
lever?
Well, cannot we just have
well-
the cat do it again? Just switch. We all go in and the cat stays out?
Can the cat, she doesn't have thumbs.
It is based
Well-
on weight. She can sit on top of it.
Yeah,
Push it up.
yeah. Well,
She is
pushing it down
flying.
pushing it down opens the first door. Pulling it up opens the second door. Radigan already said he had tied a rope on it, so I'm sure she can grab the rope and like fly up and pull it.
Guys, this is a lot easier than we're making it. I'm gonna go to the door here. I'm gonna say, can somebody pull down on the lever, please?
Well, the door in front of you is open, so it needs to be pushed up and back.
Oh yeah. Don't touch the lever right now. And I am going to block and tackle, or I'm gonna like
Jam it open.
piton the door closed. Or
How sturdy do these tables look?
They're old. They look like they were sturdy at one point, but they're not. They're just small sort of tea tables. You could probably fashion something out of them, but you're not sure exactly how strong they are anymore.
I mean, we could just attach a rope to it. That'd at least get the first one open.
That's what I said. The rope. There's already a rope on it. Heidi just has to fly to it. She can pull it up and down.
All right, let's do that. Heidi, okay, you be safe. I can summon her back to the other side, right?
But
Yeah.
we want her to let us
Yeah,
out.
but we don't want to be trapped there, is the problem.
Yeah, but I can summon her over there, can't I?
You can only summon her next to you, I thought.
Yeah, so if she goes to the other side, she can bring Heidi to her, is what she's saying.
Yeah, but then we
Yeah,
can't
but then
get
we're
out.
trapped there, which is a bad idea. That's what we're trying to say to her.
As far as we know, there is no other switch inside to open up the outer door.
Was there a switch to open up the outer door?
We don't know.
I'm
It
asking
was not
Patrick.
mentioned. It was not mentioned, so we don't know.
That's why I'm double checking and asking Patrick.
You found no other mechanism. Are you trying to jam a python into the door, Radigan?
Sure am.
All right,
I will help.
give me an athletics check as you're trying to sort of pound this into a very solid stone floor.
I am strengthy, so if you want me to try and pound it in, I'm willing to help. I'm seeking confirmation on this before I actually roll anything, though.
Yeah, you're gonna want to pound it there, and just.
I'll take
All
that
right.
as a yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to be the one who's actually hammering it in. So athletics check.
Yes, please.
22.
You manage to use the sort of back of your hand axe and hammer it in. The floor takes a bit. It does get in there fairly solidly, and the door is currently kept open.
And then I say, all right, stay there for a sec. And then I go back to the statue and I flip it up.
And you find it is, you move the arm up and nothing happens.
They are connected.
Congratulations, you broke it.
Darn. All right. I go back to it and I pull out my my tinker's tools and I try to fix this.
As he's reaching in there, I'm going to ready an action to pull his butt out of the way because I'm assuming this thing's going to slam closed on
I'll go
him.
stand by the lever and hold it down
17.
so it won't close on him.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you get your tinkerer's tools out. You realize that, basically, you can sort of fix everything you see it, but you can tell that, with the python keeping this door open, the other one will not open. Obviously, they are connected, so one has to close for the other two open.
Yeah.
Duma, can I see that? Can you come here and just break the door down?
Guys, let's just get because Cassandra can talk to the Tressum, right? Cassandra can speak to Heidi.
Yes, I can. I can.
If they're not in the same room, she can communicate with Heidi.
I have been thinking.
Yeah, 100
Okay.
feet.
Yes, guys.
All right, so let's leave the Tressum here to operate. If we really want to explore the other side, I think this is the best way to do it. Leave the Tressum here to operate the lever. Cassandra can communicate with her when to pull up, when to push down, and we just go. And if there's any danger to the Tressum, like we can call her back, we can resummon her, etc., etc. Or we leave the door, we move on.
Well, no,
because we're spending too much time on this now.
Okay,
Cassandra, were there any windows in the room that the cat thing went into?
Just go in. I'll hold the door open because I was just thinking, if the cat gets jumped, it's got like 2 hit points.
Which is why I'm asking if there's any windows we can break to get out of there.
I don't think we saw any. No, there were just the 2 closed doors.
Yeah, I don't think there's like no windows in this whole house. If anybody's noticed that, right? There's like no windows.
No, there's no balconies. But anyway, I'll stand by the lever, and then I'll go to the door. Let me know when you're out. I'm a little stronger than the cat, and I will make sure that you will not come up upon.
Leave the Tressum out with Augustus.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because in worst case, if we need Augustus, the Tressum can let him in.
Yep, and it can let me know when you guys get out.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, everyone pile in. Let's go. Cithron's getting impatient. Come on, let's do this.
I'm joining this group of 3 or 5.
Yeah, I mean, you can fit. Only 3 of you can fit in this hallway.
I'm definitely going with Cithron in the first.
I'll go in because I can heal. Oh.
All right.
We can do it.
Let's just go. Exactly. Let's just go.
I'll cycle the airlock twice so they can go through. All right, in 3, 2, 1, level up. 3, 2, 1, level down, and then finish. Let them through.
All right, the doors open, close. As the door closes behind you, did you guys bring a torch with you?
Yeah, I would have. Well, Radigan has. Well,
Radigan still has the torch that I.
Yeah, Radigan still has the torch, so I would offer to hold it if he wants both hands for his crossbow.
All right, so yeah, you pick up you lift the torch, curious. You swing it around. You can see you are in a room that is filled with sort of portraits. And as the torch goes around, you actually get a little reflection just peeking off the ground. And on the ground in front of you, you see another one of these sort of old, worn children's dolls. And
I offer the torch to Radigan if he wishes to burn this one too.
I'm very seriously considering it. Do I still have the 2 crystal blue eyes from the other doll?
You reach in your pocket and they are not there.
Okay.
And Cithrin, as you look at this doll in front of you, you can see that it appears to have been stitched up. You notice like a little cloth patch on the area where Duma would have pierced it with its javelin. And you can see that, there's little black bits of soot that are still in its hair.
This is the doll that we burned.
I was right about it. And I aim my crossbow at it.
There's no point in messing with it. We have to move on. Obviously, what you've done isn't going to kill it. There's something else in this house we can take care of, so let's just leave it alone for now.
I keep my crossbow trained on it.
Fair enough. Is everyone else with us now?
It should be. I've done the door.
The doors open and close. The rest of you can make it into this room.
Do we want the double doors or the single door?
I'm going to examine these paintings. This seems like it's important.
You see the paintings, they're clearly groups of family portraits. You see that, ones have various amounts of sort of family members in it. The majority of them seem to have sort of a husband and his wife, and then, their young daughter that is with them in most of them. And then you see other ones are of the man dressed in sort of military regalia on his horse. You see other ones of the young child on her own, the woman on her own, and then other ones that you take could be other sort of parents or family members. And you see, the time range goes from, about age 30 up to almost age 60.
That's for the
military man.
The military man, and you can actually see, there's a young portrait of the family and then an older portrait of the family as well.
Okay. I'm going to sort of note this, and I'm going to take my wrench out, and I'm going to start tipping portraits aside to see if there's anything behind them.
All right.
Starting
Which
with
ones? Okay. So yeah, you tip the top one up, nothing behind it. You tip this one up, and your wrench, you reach behind and you sort of lift it off the wall. And as you do, you can see this one is of the military man sort of on his horse. You can see as it's sort of lifted and pushing away, just out of the corner of your eye, you see the horse's head just sort of turn as you lift the portrait. And as this happens,
I shoot the portrait.
As this happens, you guys in the room. Oh, hang on one second.
I think I can see Cithrin.
Through the wall? Yeah, she's probably peeking a little through.
I
the
see
doll
3
on the
points.
floor starts to sing this
God.
awful little
Oh.
lullaby. And as this
Okay.
happens,
I'm done for today. I'm logging out. I'll see you guys later.
I
lost the main
stabbed the
game.
doll.
Wait, does anyone have? Oh wait, no, we don't have that.
Have what?
I need all of you to give
Counter
me a
spell.
wisdom saving throw, please.
Dispel magic.
2 more levels for counterspell.
Oh,
Good.
you guys are
Oh.
gonna come eat me, aren't you? You're gonna fucking eat me
Horse. It's what's for dinner.
if you're German.
Did any? Oh my god!
We're
Still
hungry.
waiting for Cassandra.
Cassandra, you're our only hope here.
There was a horse steak place here in Toronto I wanted to go to, but Steph never would.
Just cover me in cheese and call me Philly.
Oh my god!
Ah!
With that, a wave of fear washes over all of you, except for Ezekiel. Ezekiel, you find this music sort of, creepy and disturbing, but in your heart, you actually kind of enjoy it. The rest of you are currently frightened, and I need you all to roll initiative.
Yay!
And I will continue doing what I said, Patrick.
All right.
Between the front
my
door and the tea room.
I believe I start there.
Oh, there are more doors over here. I will not go through them. That is a bad idea.
Well, yeah, as you move into the tea room, you see that it is an empty old dining room that is up the stairs. You see an empty wooden table, and then, you can see the rest of the room is sort of, in shadows at this point.
Yeah, I'll just keep going back and forth, making sure nothing comes up behind me. Waiting for the message. We never actually decided what the message would be.
All right, and
I'm assuming it's a cat tugging at your leg or shoulder.
with that,
Why?
first up is Cithrin. You are currently afraid. You are frightened of this doll, but it is your turn.
And it's the doll that's attacking us? Because I don't really see anything else right now.
You just heard this creepy lullaby and music that seemed to come from the doll.
All right, I'm going to run away, and I open the door.
You open the door in front of you. And you find yourself in front of an old, sort of rotted little bedroom. There's a little old wooden bed that lies in shambles in the south side of this sort of 20 by 20 room. You see an old desk, much in the same state as the bed, so broken and rotted away. And so, you find yourself in this room, and on the desk you see scattered pages and papers, really old sort of crumbly parchment that even as you step on, it just crumbles away to dust in front of you and underfoot.
Okay. So I can't see the thing that I'm afraid of anymore. So I'm going to turn and ready my action in case something hostile does come into my view, and I'm going to ready my crossbow.
All right, give me another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm still frightened.
You are frightened, but your body also tenses up, and you are currently paralyzed with fear.
Fuck.
Curious. This little dolly, you can see its head sort of turning around and scanning the room as you are holding the torch.
All right. So while holding the torch and frightened of this thing, I'm assuming it is the doll I'm frightened of, right?
Yes.
I'm asking for mechanical benefit because that means I can't move closer to it. All right. Bonus action, mark it as my prey. Action, I'm going to chuck my hand axe at it. I forgot to actually add my prey damage to that, so it would take extra damage if that hits. Does a 14 hit?
It just hits, yes.
So it takes 11 damage then.
All right. And any movement?
Yeah. We'll move over to the side here a bit, get it out of my line of sight. I actually can't see it anymore.
Yeah, there's a
I flatten
lean
against the
right
wall,
against
basically.
the doors, flatten against the doors that are in front of you. Give me another wisdom saving throw, please.
First, I pull out another hand axe, and then I will do the save. Damn it!
And as this doll is still sort of singing and making the sound, you again also feel your muscles lock up, and you are currently paralyzed as well with fear.
Please don't play the music again.
I won't.
Oh, don't worry. I got something.
Duma's freaking the hell out, so he's just gonna back up against
There we go.
the door he came through, and he's like he's banging on the door, like, let me out of here, let me out of here. That's pretty much it.
Perception check?
Well, that door in front of you is open. It's the one at the end of the hallway that is closed.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was closed. Okay, so I still go.
You can make it there, and you start banging on that door. As part of so that is your action. At the end of your turn, give me another wisdom saving throw, please. And you bang on the door, and hearing this song just in your head, you tense up and you are paralyzed with fear. So, Augustus, you hear this banging, and then it just stops.
Like just one bang?
I'd say you hear a couple of them. Like you hear a couple of loud smacks and knocks against the door.
Okay, so I will, because the lever doesn't stay down, so I guess I'm gonna have a 16 initiative for this. I'll move over and I'll flip the lever, and I guess next turn I'll be able to go back, or do I have enough movement to? I got 40. It's a free action for the lever.
Yeah, it's a free action for the lever.
So I can move 80, so I'll go back, and after I pull it and put his rope down, I'll go back. Oh no, Duma! Is he clearly frozen?
Yeah, the door opens, and you see Duma paralyzed with fear, and then this door slams shut.
Well, I can't do anything else this turn, because that probably was a double move, and then the action, so I will wait for next turn, and then I'll pull him.
All right.
And I'll put myself in initiative.
Yeah. The doll stands up, and looking over at you, Radigan, just sort of, you see the blue eyes still just sort of flickering in the torchlight of Curious, but the doll will reach behind her, and you see her pull out this rusted long sort of knife, and she, charges you with it in your fear, just sort of giggling and laughing as she does so.
I was right.
And that is a 21 to hit for 9 piercing damage as she stabs you deep into your thigh.
Little I hate you, little I kill you.
Yeah.
And then with her other hand, she reaches up and tries to rip open the wound a little bit more with her. You see very sharp clawed sort of hand. And that is going to gouge into your leg for another 8 slashing damage.
What was the attack roll on that one?
Can it be teeth and his finger?
That was a 25.
Yeah, no, I can't help you there.
All right. And so, and then I have an actual sound effect for evil giggling, but I won't play that for you. Just
play it.
It's spoopy.
All right, I'll do that for the next one. But it is Radigan's turn. So you are currently frightened. You have this doll on your leg that has stabbed you and is clawed down.
I start freaking out, just trying to stomp this thing away, and then just bashing it with my crossbow, and somehow bashing it with the crossbow has set the head on fire, and then I just shove the thing down into its and I just shoot it.
Nice.
Oh, and my ready to action goes off too because I forgot I had
Are you paralyzed?
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
you're
you're right. I'm
paralyzed.
Yeah, you're
paralyzed. Never
paralyzed.
mind.
But
I
that
forgot I was paralyzed.
a 21 will probably hit.
Yep, you push back. You're terrified. You can't really even barely look. This laughter's going, but you do fire off, and you hear this "ow" as it strikes. And any movement for you?
Hell yes, I'm going over here.
That door is closed.
And the door is
I know.
closed and shuttered. And I need you to give me another wisdom saving throw, please.
Open up, and
And you are paralyzed with fear as you realize this door is shut and closed and you cannot get out.
Next game is just going to be the ongoing adventures of Augustus, Duma, and Heidi. Everybody else died.
Ezekiel's fine.
Cassandra.
Is it dead?
Oh, it is not even close to dead. You can see
Magic
there's
missile,
a little sort of
motherfucker!
and as you cast, you hear a voice out of the portrait here in the middle that Radigan was looking at, and it just says, "Oh, I don't think so." And your missiles fire from your fingers and then just fade into existence as they just
I'm getting out of
spelled
here!
away.
Ezekiel!
Any movement?
I'm running! I am booking it out. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Door is
The
closed.
door is closed in front of Radigan, and Radigan is paralyzed in front of the door.
Why? Move
Give
your
me a
fat
wisdom saving
butt!
throw, please.
You guys, why are you so afraid?
She's eating us! My magic doesn't work! How can you be chill at this moment?
Ezekiel's like, it's just made of plastic, damn it.
Because
A
I know
wisdom
something
saving
about-
throw, please, Cassandra.
Yeah? No?
You are paralyzed with fear as well. So, Ezekiel, you have seen everybody sort of
Oh God.
duck or run away, and then they are just like up against the wall, their hands like open and clasped, and just but they are all frozen solid in fear and paralyzed.
This is where he just
and-
kicks the damn thing and it dies, and we're all okay.
La, 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 la,
With
la,
that, out of the portrait, you hear the sound of sort of words, and when you turn, you can see that the man on top of the horse is casting a spell, and I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Me?
Yeah, you didn't actually specify
Yes.
which of us.
Sorry, yes, Ezekiel. Well, 'cause it was all about Ezekiel because Ezekiel was watching all of this happen because he's the only one not paralyzed.
14?
Ah, yes, you feel wrapping around your head this tight sort of feeling, almost like iron thorns ripping, but you are able to persevere and shake them off, and you are not affected. And you hear a curse come from the portrait hanging on the wall. And it is your turn.
Which portrait is it?
The one in the center there.
Okay. Ezekiel's gonna move here to position himself between Cassandra and Radigan and the doll.
All right. And
And
the doll is just looking up at you with the knife sort of waving back and forth and giggling.
take a stab at this painting with the rapier.
All right. Roll me an attack.
9.
That hits. It's a painting on the wall. So
Oof.
yeah, you pierce it for 3 damage, and you can actually see, a little bit of blood start to drip down from the side of the horse, and the man just sort of looks at you angrily.
And Chris, it's robot brackets with the title, and then human brackets with the link.
Yeah. The moment's passed.
Any more
Um,
movement? Any bonus action?
You know what? I'm gonna move. Can I move into the square the painting's on?
Yes.
I will move here because then it has to provoke an attack if it wants to go over after any of my paralyzed compatriots except for poor old Curious.
All right. Cithrin, you are currently paralyzed. Give me a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn, please. You calm your mind.
Yes.
You think, and you're like, I can do this. I can do this. The singing has stopped. You can feel your muscles unlock, and you can slowly just start to feel your hands start to move around the blade of your weapon again. You are no longer
Excellent.
paralyzed. Curious, you are backed up against the doorway. You're having a hard time breathing. Your heart is just sort of pounding and thumping in your chest. You are still paralyzed.
I believe the term is panic attack.
Could be. Duma, the door opens in front of you. You see Augustus is there. You are currently paralyzed. Give me another wisdom saving throw, please. You are still paralyzed.
Balls.
So, yeah, you can see freedom just inches in front of you, but you just cannot move. Augustus, you see a terrified, wide-eyed Duma, breathing heavily, snorting through his nose, but just paralyzed in front of you, blocking the doorway.
Oh God, he's in love again! Oh no! I will pull him forward and then go flip the switch. Do I need a athletics or?
Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's how do you say how do
Chunky.
you say beefy?
Chunky.
He's
Beef.
our big boy.
He is very beefy, yes.
He chonk.
Now, big boned.
Big milk.
Certainly not the
Yes, you can. You try and pull, but yeah, you cannot. His head is above sort of the door frame here with the horns, and yeah, with
Can
a
I
natural
hear-
one, you cannot move him. Unfortunately,
Don't let him
Can
fall
I
to
hear
the
the
ground.
fighting?
Then he will be ground beef.
You don't hear a lot of fighting. You heard sort of screaming and then silence.
All right, so he's still standing up. He's not gonna get crushed by the door, right?
That is correct.
All right, let me just check my movement. I can get to the door. I will flip the switch.
All right, the door in front of you closes shut, Duma, which only increases your fear. But the door in front of Cassandra and Radigan opens.
And I will wait till my next round to flip it again, and I'll go back.
Okay.
And I will be right back.
With an evil giggle, you see the doll's head turn and stare at Curious, who is frozen in fear up against the door. And she will skitter quickly across the floor. So you get an attack of opportunity, Ezekiel.
I mean,
5.
all it have to do is just move 5 feet down, and then it could still
By-
attack me.
I rolled a
Well,
nat
you
one.
failed anyways.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have done that anyway.
You go to stab, and you can actually feel like the portrait kind of nudged you, and your blade just scrapes along the stone floor.
Sure.
The doll, sort of runs over beside the door, and you can see this blood is still dripping with Radigan's blood as she takes a swing at you, Curious. That is a 23, so you take 7 piercing damage as she slices into the back of your calf.
That was a
sort of-
pretty weak critical.
You're right. That is an automatic critical. That will be 14 piercing damage. Thank you. And then she will use her hand and claw and reach up and just rake down your calf, just sort of splitting it open. And that is going to be a 22 to hit. You take 16 piercing damage. Sorry, slashing damage.
So what are you going to roll up next, Lord?
I don't know. I'm running out of choices. Doing math here because unfortunately I can't control my health bar.
So that is 30 damage total.
That makes it nice and easy. Okay, cool. I'm still up.
Radigan, The door in front of you has opened. You see Duma paralyzed at the end of the hallway. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Alrighty then. Nope.
You are still paralyzed with fear. Cassandra, you are beside Radigan. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right.
Somebody
You are
must
still
make
paralyzed
this.
with fear.
That was
I didn't see that.
Radigan's. Now it's Steph's.
Yeah, sorry, yes, you are still. I knew. You are still paralyzed with fear.
I see my life flashing before my eyes and everything I wanted to accomplish, and yeah, I never thought I would die here.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
I try and click my heels, but I can't.
This dream sucks.
This is when Augustus.
Ezekiel,
All right.
save our asses.
It's the
Ezekiel,
Pagan's turn,
you
isn't it?
feel yourself being sort of lifted and attempted to be raised and grasped out of the air. I need you to give me a strength check, please.
Okay, this is +1 because I'm I have half proficiency in it. Oh no, it is +1, so it's still a 4.
All right. You are tossed across the room telekinetically, and you are smashed into this far wall, taking 8 bludgeoning damage as you are just smacked up against the wall, and your head is basically shoved into the corner. And you are currently being held there. It is now your turn. All right, so you can try and break this with your. You are currently sort of suspended in midair, being held up in the corner. So you are currently restrained. So you can give me another strength check to try and break out of this.
I am good. I would like. Can I see the dude in the painting?
Your head is currently being held pressed into the corner away from you. So you would have to you'd have to give me a strength check to even try and sort of turn your head and turn around.
All right, is that my action?
If you're trying to break it, yes. If you're just going to try and turn around, no. I'll let you do that as a movement attempt.
All right, I will do that. I just want to get a beat on him for just enough time to do something. 15.
15. Against their spell casting. That is enough. So yeah, you are able to force your head around where you can see the painting.
2nd level dissonant whispers.
As you even start to say the spell, he just sort of waves his hand and goes, and the words just fall off of your tongue as you are counterspelled.
This guy has counterspell, like legitimate counterspell.
Yes.
Yes.
I know what it is. At least I'm pretty sure I know what it is.
This is why rich people buy art.
Cithrin, your hands are sweating. Your heart is coming back to normal. You are in this room. You've heard this doll sort of giggling. So yeah, you step outside and see that it is just ripping Curious's leg apart and giggling maniacally.
Palm
Seriously?
sweaty, mom spaghetti.
So yeah, you go
Nervous.
and you attempt to swing, but yeah, you are a little nervous. And this doll sees you coming and sort of ducks out of the way as your blade just pings off the stone wall behind you.
Ball. I told you to leave this alone, Radigan.
Curious.
All right. Wisdom saving throw. Fail it. End turn.
Yep. Duma, wisdom saving throw.
Coming up. Either I'm going to be back on my feet or I'm still going to be drooling.
Oh, a natural 20. The door closed in front of you. You catch your breath. You can feel your heart start to sort of slow down. You are no longer frightened and you are no longer paralyzed. Augustus, you see this portcullis beside the staircase raise up and open.
Ruh-roh. Is there anybody coming up it?
You don't hear any movement or any sounds, but the portcullis just raises.
And we didn't bring. Did we bring the cart in with us? It's probably outside, right?
This is a dream, so it is not with you.
Well, I'm wearing clothes, aren't I?
Are you?
Oh shit, I'm not.
And you have to
Okay.
give a presentation.
Oh.
And it's the finals!
Okay, I am going to. Well, do I have? I just have my standard on me equipment then.
Wait. Hang
Yes.
on. Isn't one of us attuned to a ring of free action?
Who has that?
I think that's Slytherin.
It was given to me. I don't have any recollection of this.
I don't think you guys decided who got it.
I don't think so either.
The hand axe went to me. That's all I remember.
We did one of the
And,
classic blunders.
Half plate went to Radigan.
Anyway, we got to move on. It's 9 o'clock. So,
Okay,
Augustus, what are you doing?
No one's coming up. I'm going to hope someone's gone into the airlock. I'm going to flip the switch, draw my weapon, and okay, is there a wall there or is it a railing?
That would have been the portcullis that is now raised. So you can see the stairs go upwards. Don't go into the basement. That's just a time waster.
Oh, okay. So they go down and up.
Yes, it's circular. They go up and down. But yeah, you guys will only be going upstairs.
All right. I'm going to make sure nothing comes at us. So I guess I'll wait here and keep the switch. I had it up before, so now I'm flipping it back down, right?
Yes.
So the
and
outer
so
door.
The door in front of Duma opens, and he just kind of collapses through it, on his knees, just So he is no longer paralyzed. But so Cassandra and Radigan, the door in front of you slams shut.
And done.
All right. This doll eyes you, Cithrin, but Curious is still paralyzed. So you see the little dolly draws its knife and stabs into him for that is really good damage. For 18 piercing damage. So Curious, I believe that just knocks you out.
Yep.
And then it lifts this bloody sort of hand and claw up to you, Cithrin, and kind of giggles and swings at you. But that is not going to be enough. You're able to get your axe down in the way, so her claws just kind of scratch across it. And as Curious sort of falls, the torch sort of rolls away, and this little dolly sort of dashes away into some of the shadows. So you get an attack of opportunity, Cithrin. And you swing, you just catch the barest tips of her hair, not doing any damage. And you can see as it just sort of runs away into the shadows, giggling and laughing, it just kind of disappears like it almost ran through the shadows into the walls. And as that happens, the group of you become unparalyzed, and Ezekiel, you are no longer being held aloft. You fall down to the ground. Everything is quiet. What would you like to do?
I'm going to feed Kieran Curious one of my healing potions.
All right, roll the health.
And then I'm going to go and investigate the room that I had charged into with all the paperwork.
All right, give me an investigation check, please.
Are we done initiative?
Yes, you guys are out of initiative order. In the room here, you find an old scroll that is in rough shape but is still legible due to its magical sort of preservation, thankfully. You also find a page from an ancient journal, which you realize will crumble away to dust as if you even sort of touch it, and you see that it's got a list of dates on it, and it says the 12th day of Myrtle. Today, the general meets with his new advisor. She comes highly regarded. Hopefully, she can guide the general down the righteous path. The 14th day of Myrtle. The new advisor, Gertrude, has only been in our service for 2 days, and already I see a change in the general. He hangs on to every word she spills. I only hope that it is the word of good. 25th day of Myrtle. Something is wrong. The general dismisses the lords. He has advised that he will not meet with them in council about the orc armies marching upon us. This new advisor holds all of his attention. She feeds him the poison of her words and turns him against his people. She must be stopped. 30th day of Myrtle. Today is the day that I, Marple Brightshine, make a stand for the greater good. She will die by my hand, and my name will be forever muddied. But I see her for what she really is, a night witch.
Ooh.
As once I read that, I will continue searching. But if I find nothing else, I will go back out and I will say, tell them what I found and be like, we're dealing with a night witch here, looks like.
Duma, what's going on? Where is everyone? Why was there banging on the door?
All I can say is something scary was inside.
Are you able to go in and make sure they're okay, or do I have to go? Can you
Nah,
watch the...
Radigan's gonna
nah,
pull.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can,
Radigan's gonna pull out a glowing green syringe and inject himself in the.
And that
That's
stumbling
double
is good
odds.
enough for me. And I will shut the door on Duma.
Are we going through these other doors or are we backtracking now?
I'm going to speed this along. Going through the double doors, you find a set of dummies and some scorch marks. You find a broken down old library that has a cloaker hidden in it that attacks and then sort of flies away. And you find an entrance out to the little hedge garden, but you can't push your way through the hedges. There's nothing more on that side of the building for you guys to find.
Okay.
Okay. Let's get out of here. This creepy doll.
Oh, that doll. Oh, that doll.
So we do the open door thing again a couple times.
Tell you
Yep.
what.
You guys are able to get back into the tea room area. Augustus lets you know that the staircase upstairs is open. You do see that, down this way is still the empty dining room.
And
So
there is
from
a
the head
door
from
in the
stairs.
corner.
Yep, there's a door in the corner and a set of double doors at the far end of the dining room as well.
So go straight for the stairs.
Want to go? All right. Well,
Well, like this is like literally the last room. Why don't we just check out the last room down here? Then we go upstairs. Protect our flank.
Did anyone see anything in there?
I did not go in because I was all up by my lonesome while you guys were in with... What happened exactly?
The doll. The doll came back.
That's
yeah,
not.
Cassandra, as you go into this dining room from the sunken tea room, the air around you grows warm, and this empty room suddenly comes to life as ghostly apparitions appear seated at the once empty table. A large dinner party is being held, it seems, as a roasted hog materializes, along with plates of all varieties of food. Jugs of foaming ale are being shared between ghostly companions. A large, spectral human man stands at the head of the table, saying nothing. A serious scowl and frown cemented over his face as he overlooks his guests, who seem to be enjoying themselves.
Guys.
I'm gonna
Get out of there.
I'm gonna walk up to Cassandra and I'm gonna sort of put my hand on her shoulder and I'm gonna say, "Back away." Back away. We're going to
All
the
right,
stairs.
all right. We're backing. I'm backing away, very gently, very gently. Hattie, come on, baby. There's nothing to see here. Oh, close eyes. Look into that room. Do I see anything invisible?
Nothing invisible. As you look at the Tressrim, you do see the old scowling man. As you are sort of looking and scanning, at this point turns to you and starts moving towards the Tressrim, just sort of screeching, "You should not be here! Leave this place now!" And as it comes and reaches out to swing at the Tressrim, they all just sort of vanish again, just into the ether.
That was
Dad didn't
scary.
want a cat.
Who doesn't love cats? Cats are the best, and especially Tressiums.
Mice, rats, and the baby birds.
Also,
All
dead witch-possessed generals. Let's go upstairs.
Hang on, everyone group together. I'll move you upstairs.
All right, now everyone put their hands in the middle, and we're all 1, 2, 3. Go team. Go sinners.
Go
Where's Duma?
Moradin.
Oh, by the way, Kirius, you have joined
Oh,
the group called
Duma
the
is
Sinners.
right next to the
Duma's under Cassandra.
on top of Cassandra.
Aha, there you go.
On my
Doom
screen,
Sandra?
it was under.
Wait for it.
Was that part of the fan fiction?
Lord.
Maybe.
I ship it.
Your ship is shit. I'm still waiting for Cassandra to realize that Great Ezekiel said he was great at holding people.
Oh, I know he said that. I know. I'm going full Yandere on him.
Radigan doesn't know what any of these terms means. He's just a simple country boy
Just trying to make his way in the galaxy.
trying to make
All
his
right,
way.
so
in
at the top of the stairs, you guys find yourselves in a hallway. There's a soft green glow flickering throughout it, but you don't see any source for the light.
I say, hold up.
Those with the skill can give me an Arcana check.
Yes.
I absolutely will. I built a light like this the other day.
The two of you, as you sort of look and watch this light, you can actually see it is moving and flowing, and you realize it's almost like a necrotic energy going through the manor's second floor like blood through a vein.
All right, we're burning this place down as soon as we're done with it.
How did that work out the last time you burned something?
Listen, we don't talk about that.
Look, sometimes big fire is better.
Big true is more important than small true?
We require as much DACA against this building as possible.
Oh
coming right
no!
Have you not taken care of it again?
Which way is the blood flowing?
The blood seems to be flowing in a circular sort of pattern, but as you sort of sit and watch, you can see that it flows. So from where you're looking, it flows down to your left and then sort of circles back around and flows into your right, but it just seems to be continually moving and circulating and moving around and around, almost like a circle.
This is
my
disgusting. I
left.
think I have a plan to get rid of this disgusting necromantic light. We must censor it. And I will pull out my censer and fill it with incense and start trying to get the blood away. By Moradin's blessing, I do censor you.
Sensor!
And the smoke from your sensor sort of floats out, and you can see it almost gets picked up, and it continues to circulate in and amongst this sort of glowing green necrotic energy. It fades for a bit, but it does not dissipate entirely.
Well, at least it'll smell like jasmine. Now, let's
Gus is partial to rosemary, so it's rosemary.
So you can see there is a small room with a door straight ahead of you to the right. The passageway goes to your right and to your left, and down the long hallway to your left, you see multiple single doors and a set of double doors.
all right. Let me take a little look see. Don't mind me, Cithrin, and I'm going to perceive for traps.
All right. Looking around in this sort of soft greenish glow, you don't detect any sort of traps in the immediate area. You can see the stonework here is still sort of solid. The floor looks to be in good shape. Every once in a while, you do hear that laughter sort of ringing out, but you can't quite get a sense of where it is on the floor.
All right. If you see anything that looks like a doll or a painting or, I don't know, an old coat, set it afire. Don't think about it.
What about a
And-
CPL dummy?
What about we just burn this
Set
whole
it on
place
fire
down?
twice.
Why don't we just burn this whole place down?
It's made of stone. Do you know how hard it is to make stone burn?
You're
Magic.
very good with fire. You're very, very good with fire.
This is
I'm-
not
my friend, I
a
think you could find-
file issue. This is a size issue. Also, we are in a dream. Do you see my clothes?
I see you. You are fully clothed.
So
There's another
Cithrin,
door
as you
down
go
here.
around the corner, yes, you see another door down at the end of the hallway.
Towards
Cassandra, do
Cithrin.
not go past Cithrin, please.
Duma,
I'm only.
roll me a
yeah.
d20, please.
D20 coming up.
And one more. All right. In your axe just sort of vibrates, and you get the sense that in this room down below you here, something just moved.
Guys, I think there's something in the room next to us. Next to
Alrighty. I'll come around to the front of that room.
Duma's making his way in over there where he got the axe
I'll
senses.
cover them.
All right, Duma, if you don't mind kicking down the door, I'll ready in action to throw my Pokeball.
And I will cast light into the room. Try
Okay, so I'm assuming everyone has their actions ready. On the count of 3, I'm
wait,
going to rush.
That's for a standard action. Never mind.
Oh, and
wait,
light
no,
is
that is
touch. I
standard
can't do
action.
that.
That is a standard action. Okay.
You can touch a rock and throw the rock into the room.
No, I was trying to blind the room like a. I'm gonna sacred flame anything, any dolls or evil-looking things when the door opens.
I've switched to a bow and have an arrow ready to fly.
All right.
Okay, since everyone is ready, on the count of 3, I'm gonna hoof the door in. So 1, 2, 3.
Poofs and he poofs.
Okay, and you guys are not currently in combat, so according to Jeremy Crawford, you actually cannot ready actions.
What? Bullshit.
Nope.
Yeah.
I just heard that in an interview with him.
So
Otherwise, every monster ever would have a ready to action all the time to shoot at things walking through.
Hell,
Yep.
I'd have
Yeah.
a ready
So
action.
Duma,
all
give
the
me an
time.
athletics check as you kick this door open.
I honestly am hoping, as the player, that I fail this.
wait, can we force ourselves into combat before we kick down the door and have ready actions?
Yeah, punch me in the punch Radigan in the face. We're in combat
Hey!
now.
Patrick, you said athletics, right?
Yes, please. Yeah, this bedroom door splinters as you kick it in. With the light sort of flowing in behind you, you can see that this is a sort of dusty, dreary kind of bedroom. And as you look in, there's just this quick, almost sort of electric spark, and then you see across the ceiling are come skittering 2 very large blue and white spiders that almost seem to pop into existence. At this point, I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh my god, these blue and white things. They look
Face
like the light.
spiders.
Damn it, I was ready too.
There's no ready actions.
I know.
Apparently, we can't all prep before we go through a door like a.
Well, no. If anything, what our prep is what we discussed amongst ourselves. Our plan was when the door opened. We haven't been able to enact that plan yet. So when we readied our actions, that we were telling everyone, this is what we were ready to do when the door is open.
Yeah, so
That's what I
you're
thought,
not surprised or anything like that, but they also knew you were there too. So first up is Ezekiel.
The one time I go first is the time where I am useless going first.
It's mom.
Well, the door is open.
Is it?
It's more than open. It's shattered.
Oh,
those are
hey.
much
They're
bigger.
huge.
Okay. Oh, we fought these.
They're face spiders, I'm assuming. That or they're ice spiders.
We have literally fought these in this campaign.
You're up,
Yep.
Ezekiel. Yes, you guys fought
Okay.
these in the bandits' lair.
Ezekiel's gonna wait until one gets to Duma, and then Dissonant Whispers it. He's ready in action. First level Dissonant Whispers.
All right. Augustus?
All right. Well, we can't have them coming out and getting everybody, and we're all going to be going in anyway, so. Go there.
It doesn't help me.
What does help you? Extra foundation. And I will. Don't want to cast a spell. Nah, we'll wait till the next. And we'll see what happens. So we'll just smack them.
All right, roll your attack.
And then I will. What are they standing on top of?
They're currently basically on the ceiling.
I'm going to use my shield to try and make them fall to the ground. So I'll smack them
All
with my
right.
shield. Probably not.
A 4. You do. You bat this one above you, and it falls down to the ground after you smash it with your warhammer. Yeah, so, you guys
that's it.
see Augustus come up, and then he drags this spider down, and it's currently on its back, sort of its legs flailing in the air.
Help me! Oh, wait, that was a fly. Luffin.
Oh no! No!
The door opens behind you, Ezekiel, and coming through it is this tiny little dolly.
I knew that was going to happen. I had stopped in front of that door and I moved.
Yeah, she, comes at you first off with her knife. And that is going to be an 18 to hit. You take 10 piercing damage. And then she is going to attempt to claw at you as well. That is a 20 to hit. And you take another 8 slashing damage as she climbs up the back and stabs and then cuts across the back of your thigh, giggling the entire time. Curious.
All right. I'm not afraid of her, right?
You are no longer afraid.
Cool. I'm going to move over here because I have a healthy respect for her. Bonus action, I will mark her as my prey, and then I will let loose an arrow. Probably be missing.
That does miss.
Son of a 4.
Our rolls are the
I rolled a freaking 4.
I think you guys are making it up. I have not seen a doll attack anyone.
Literally just
It's
watched
right
her,
there.
Oh,
he's in the other room.
Oh, yeah, he's in the other room. So, any more
Yeah,
movement?
that's my turn. I moved to get a better angle on it, and at least this way the spiders have to go through multiple people to get to me.
All right, so Augustus, the one that is in front of you that was knocked prone, flips itself over and hisses and attempts to bite you.
19.
And it does miss. The other one, however, skittering across the ceiling and down over the wall at you is going to attempt to bite.
Oh, it's a bed.
Yeah, it's a bed. That is a natural 20. So give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
All
as
right.
you take 14 piercing.
So as the fangs come down, I'll hold up my hands. Charlotte, no! Wow, that would have been better the other way around.
You take 36 poison damage.
Oh, God.
I am on the ground.
How many hit
Wait.
points do you have
29.
maximum?
So I'm
What?
not dead.
Okay, good.
Double the dice for that, Patrick?
No, that was because it was a critical.
Yeah.
It automatically rolled it. So yeah, it was 12 plus 2 piercing. Luckily, the second piercing die was low.
You don't double the
Poison
dice for something like poison when you make a save.
So how many did I take? 36, or is it not?
Why did it double the dice?
Because it's a critical hit, so it just did it anyway. It doesn't realize it's a save. But if it's something like a save, like you make after taking a critical hit, it's not doubled.
Oh, well, then you
I
only
thought it
take
was.
17 poison. Yeah,
Ah.
I mean it's doubled it. So because it's rolling dice.
I'll take either. I don't mind.
Yeah, we'll look it up. I think you're unconscious. So
If it's only 17, no, I'm at 12 hit points.
no, because you'd still take the 14 piercing, so it'd be 31 damage total.
Oh, 31 total. Okay.
Yes, 31 total. Either way, you're unconscious.
Yes, I am.
So Duma, you see this second spider come down over top of Augustus and gets him in the side of the neck and and then Augustus just slumps down to the floor. But it is your turn.
All right, before I go into the room, I'm going to use my free action to scream out, Augustus is down. The spider's got him. And then I rush him between these two.
I would like to use my held action.
Your
Duma
held
is
action
now
was
next
if
to
the
the spider.
spiders
Really?
went after Duma. No, you go ahead.
Okay. I have a response.
Your spell goes off.
Did you take damage from the doll?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
I had to make con saves.
Yep.
Sorry.
So I didn't maintain concentration.
You did not. Yeah, your spell, unfortunately, your held spell does not go off. Duma, which one are you attacking? The one on the ground or the one on the wall?
The one on the wall, is it on the same height as me? Or is it...
Yeah, same height as you, because it had to come down the wall to bite down, and it's, currently sucking Augustus dry.
All right, so...
I apologize for that.
I mean, I'm saying under my breath, he's lucky the spiders got him rather than the doll. I'm just saying that to myself. And then I rage and reckless.
All right. You froth, your muscles get that swell of adrenaline. Roll your attack. That is a hit.
Why is it grayed out?
I turned on the advantage, so the black one is the one that's supposed
Yeah,
to be
it
taken
grays out the lower of the two.
I'd never noticed that before.
It's only if
Alright.
you have it set to roll.
That's it for me.
Your axe cleaves through. There is this sort of terrible spray of spider fluid, but it is still up. And then, yes, it is swarmed and surrounded by your ancestral protectors.
And that's it for me.
All right, Cassandra.
Okay. Creepy doll. Creepy doll. I hate this effing creepy doll.
Like
What did
you be my friend?
You're not one of the dolls in my collection back home.
Just hit the damn thing.
Time for a tea party.
All right, I will take 5 steps back. If she will get an attack of opportunity against me, which I will
You
take.
will. That is a 16 for 13 piercing
I
damage.
would like, since I didn't get to use my reaction because I lost concentration, I'm going to cutting word.
Roll it.
It deals, the attack roll is reduced by 3.
That it still hits Cassandra's 12 armor.
Where is
so
your,
you take
what, you don't have
13
mage armor?
piercing.
I didn't turn it on today. I keep forgetting to put it on. Anyway, all right. So 12 damage. Okay, that I can do.
13 piercing damage as she stabs at you with this bloody knife.
Well, die, bitch, because magic missile level 2. Magic missile level 1. I'm just going with level 1.
It's
All
only a
right,
doll.
roll your damages. There is no portrait here to counterspell you. Ooh, that's some good damage. So yeah, so these 3 missiles hit the doll, and you can feel it. Ezekiel, as this doll is sort of holding on to you as well, and it just sort of shrieks out in agony and anger.
And I will have Heidi support Slytherin. Or lend the help action to Slytherin. Can you get her out of the wall, Patrick? She's been stuck in the wall.
Somebody pull my Teddy Ruxpin out of the...
All right, so Slytherin, you see Heidi come spinning and flying around this doll that is on Ezekiel, and she is, starting to wave the knife at it, so it is distracted.
So, okay, so I assume I can hit the doll then, so that's what I'm going to try and do.
Okay, roll your attack with advantage.
Boot. Sorry. Leg. That's it.
You connect.
Right.
15 hits.
Nice.
Wow, 15 slashing damage. Yeah, your axe drives it through, and there's this little sort of spray of sort of stuffing and filling, and she looks down and just looks up at you like, why?
I just kind of hiss at it and
she just giggles back at you.
Shoving Ezekiel away would be an action. That's it. That's all I do.
Radigan.
Okay. Sithrin's there. I feel better about that. So
this spider on the wall is very badly hurt. The other one is mildly hurt.
Oh, okay. If that spider on the wall is very badly hurt, then I'm going to shoot it with a flaming crossbow.
Oh, you do, and your crossbow blows right through it, and it just there's just a spatter of spider guts against the back wall. It is dead. Any more movement?
No movement, no bonus action.
Ezekiel, you're getting attacked from behind. It's your turn.
Okay. First off, I want to kill this doll, but I can't. Action's going to be disengage.
Okay.
Move here. I'm going to heal Gus with a healing word.
All right, roll your healing.
What's the word?
Bird.
Nice.
7 hit
God
points.
dang it!
All right, Augustus, you come to. You are on the ground. Any more movement for you, Ezekiel?
Yeah, I'm going to move here.
Okay, you step into the room past Radigan. Augustus, you come to. You see that the spider on the wall that attacked you is now just a stain. The one you knocked to the ground is still standing half on the floor, half on the bed, and hissing.
Oh, why is my neck so itchy? Oh, God, my skin. It feels like there is poison in my veins. And I will smack this guy. Well, scratching
Roll
the
your attack.
neck. Damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it dodges back just out of the way of your hammer. Any movement?
Fuck it, no. Oh, wait, yes.
All right, yeah. You leap around the bed to get behind the spider. Cithrin, this little dolly, turns and looks at you and just says, "You spoiled my fun too much." And she raises this knife and charges at you.
Kill her!
That is a critical hit for 16 piercing damage.
Doll.
And then she goes in with her claw to rake down, but that is only a 13, so does not connect with you, just sort of scrapes along your scales and your armor.
Hallelujah.
And then she will giggle and dash back into this little room. You will get an attack of opportunity. That hits.
All right, damage. Derp.
8 slashing. So yeah, as she, gets up from stabbing you and attempting to scratch, she, ducks away, and your axe just swings around, and yeah, you catch part of her shoulder, and more stuffing flies out. But she giggles and continues running. Curious, you have seen this little doll run into this room.
All right. Yeah, you know what? That little thing is a bit of a downer. So I'm going to bonus action cast Zephyr Strike. Move 15 feet in. Where the fuck did she go?
You look into the room and you find yourself in an old laundry room. There's a bench running along the southern wall and a large iron stirring pot for washing clothes. You see a ghostly apparition is stirring an ectoplasmic load of dirty clothes. But as soon as you enter the room, you see her just sort of fade away, and you are in an empty room.
All right.
I hate this doll.
Yeah, really, yeah.
Screw this doll. That is obviously the soul of the witch.
Well, that means my Slayer's prey is effectively gone on this thing, unless it was the exact same doll as before. In which case I would have had a bonus action last round. All right, so I moved 15 feet to here.
Yep, you're in an old laundry room.
Let me just make sure I can actually do this right. There are 10, 25. Awesome. I'm going to use the ability of Zephyr Strike, pulling out my hand axe as I get in there to make it all the way to here. And I'm going to attack this thing with advantage.
All right, swing it. Oh, that hits.
So it also takes an extra 6 force damage.
And with that, yeah, you swing right through it, and then the force damage hits, and it just kind of bursts, and there's just spider guts and webbing that kind of sprays across the group of you.
Doll disappeared.
And then it fades as the creature shrivels up and its legs curl around it, and it dies. You guys are out of initiative order. I'm going to hurry this along. You guys, as you move down the hallway, you hear the door at the end of the hall here thumping and banging, and you can hear just and you understand there's probably undead behind there that you don't go in. These double doors, it's a kitchen. There's a poltergeist that's throwing food and crap around.
Half of us can't see the doors you're mentioning because we're in the room.
Oh,
Yeah, I
'cause you're
just
in
left the room.
Yeah, so the door at the end, there's something banging on it. It sounds like ghasts or ghouls. This door is an old washroom, bathroom that has a ghost in the bathtub. The double doors here are a kitchen where there's a poltergeist throwing stuff back and forth. This room down at the end of the hall is an empty bedroom. So go north to the hallway up here. There's a door at the end. And as you go through that door, Radigan, you notice something very unnatural, but not necessarily unexpected. There's a skeleton busy at work behind a writing desk, frantically writing notes in a translucent, ethereal ledger book. He looks up at you with his empty eye sockets, and its jaw starts to move as a hauntingly high-pitched voice says, "Ah, you're here! He's been waiting for you! You may proceed, Advisor Gertrude!" And from behind you, you feel something evil and dark trespass through your bodies as the aspect of a dangerously beautiful woman with dark and deadly eyes walks straight through you, a
Oh, I
smirk
feel
on
all
her
tingly.
ghostly smile. She walks straight through the closed door here and then disappears while the skeleton clerk goes back to his duties.
Man, I hate this mansion. All right.
Moradin will protect you.
Where,
That's all.
where are we supposed to be?
Up here.
The northern hallway.
Go to the stairs,
Um,
turn up, continue along.
Let's me and who else is hurt? Me and Gus. Go
And
take
me.
a healing potion.
And Cithalin.
What are you looking at? I can't see your.
I
health.
have 8 of 36.
Yeah, let's all three of us eat these level 1 healing potions.
I'm gonna look down at the script that the
What's
skeleton.
that, 2D?
2d4 plus 2. I'll take them
All
off the
right.
party fund.
Thank you.
And you see this ethereal book. He's taking notes and sort of writing in dates of sort of upcoming
Holy
events,
shit.
but the words don't necessarily make sense. Everything kind of fades away, and as you look over it, it just fades into darkness, and the skeleton looks up at you and just crumbles away into a fine sort of powdery dust.
Well, don't that beat all? And I switch my crossbow over to force damage.
All right.
Because if there's if there's ethereal or if there's intangible things in here, I want to kill them good and hard.
I would also like Radigan to kill them.
I would also like Radigan to kill them. We're strangely in agreement.
Moradin
Excellent.
would probably like Radigan to kill them as well.
I have
Excellent.
exactly half my
Foot
hit
goes
points.
through door.
Let's go. I open the
So
door.
you guys find yourself in a waiting room, and it appears empty at first. But as you are moving in, you see the image of a small, pretty girl, no more than 5 or 6, is suddenly sitting on the long bench stretching the wall. She seems to be sitting, waiting patiently, swinging her legs sort of back and forth, but otherwise sitting very still. And then this dark and deadly-looking woman appears in the room again, smiles at the child, and offers her a doll. The girl smiles with joy as the woman evaporates in front of you. And then the child's smile turns to pain and anguish as blood-soaked stab wounds begin to appear on her silky white dress. She falls limp and tumbles to the floor before disappearing, and you notice that the doll is left lying on the bench, a knife in its hand, a grin on its face.
The effing doll!
Immediately fucking shoot it.
But as you go up and press it again, you can see there are more patches on it. There's where Cithrin sort of cleaved it with its axe, and it seems to be generally kind of repaired and restored, but you poke at it and you prod it, and it just remains to seemingly be a doll. It does not move.
I have a question. Is it
Yep.
possible with one hand, because it is a doll, to grab both of its arms from behind its back, making sure that its hands are completely empty?
Yes, you can easily pick it up. It is just a doll. The knife clatters down to the floor.
I do that
but-
and hold it out at an arm's length with
All
my
right,
left
yeah.
hand.
And the doll is just still and limp in your arm. And you can see there's a set of double doors heading down to the south.
Put the doll down. We need to kill the night hag.
And
Night Witch.
crossbow pointing forward, I boot my way through the door. I'm going in hard on this one.
Yep,
I have my
agreed.
axe in the other hand. I have
Phrasing!
the doll because I don't want it to attack us.
All right. Give me an athletics check for booting the door.
Ha! Clank.
Cithrin,
My toe!
You go to kick the door, Radigan, and as you do, you feel it sort of give, but as well, you feel something reach out and grab at you. And I need all of you to give me a strength saving throw as you feel something just reach through and feel like it's going to pull you through these closed doors.
Can't believe it. Oh, okay, there we go.
See, my wisdom saves. Nothing. My strength saves somehow, however.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
I'd love to get a roll over 10 in the next 20 minutes or so.
So, Duma, you see everybody yanked through these closed doors and into this room. You still see the closed, locked doors in front of you as you are able to resist this feeling of being pulled towards this room. The rest of you see a great gust of wind blasts around this room, sending dust, paper, and curtains flying about the room. There are piles of rotting corpses littering this creaky wooden floor. Then you see him. On the ceiling, a shell of a man, shriveled, tortured, and used. His body and arms semi-molded into the blackened muck that replicates a ceiling. Slimy black vines creep through his flesh, pinning him to the ceiling, as the ends of the vines expand into drooling suckers that feed from his life force. You see also a glow of green emanating from his chest, where an emerald spews out evil energies into the mansion, distributing the feed to all areas of this living building. The most potent looking of these green energies flows directly into a lifeless body slumped with its head flung back over a wooden chair. Duma, you are still currently outside the room. What would you like to do as you are still in this now empty room with this doll that got dropped from Curious's hands as he was yanked through these doors?
Oh, so he dropped the doll. It's still so it's in the room with me.
Yes. As he got pulled through the door, the doll got left on this side.
I did confiscate the knife.
That's assuming it can't, as it disappears, draw
Yes.
a new knife.
Yes.
Oh, Duma is just freaking the fuck out. He's just gonna draw his long sword and just go for the head. It's just no. He just wants that thing in a
All
million.
right. You draw your longsword, brace across the room. Roll me an attack.
Oh, fuck.
Screw this broad.
So was
Sorry,
that a reckless attack?
That was not a reckless attack. I did not turn off. It's 9.
That is a 9. Yeah, you swing, but yeah, that sense of fear kind of overtakes you, and you kind of look away and swing. And this doll, unfortunately, you are not able to make contact with it.
I'm just gonna scream at her.
Behind her, and you can see pulling from behind her back is another little knife, and she will giggle and charge you with this knife. But you are able to parry the first swing away with your longsword, and then she comes around with her claw, and again she is unable to make contact with you as you are, basically keeping your arms and legs and sort of backing away and protecting her. While this is happening, what's everyone else doing inside the room? I can't believe 6 of you got pulled in here.
I'm actually heading towards the body slumped over in the chair with my axe raised high, just ready to come down on its head.
I'll head to where's the one on the ceiling? I'll go to it.
Noticing my other hand's empty, I draw my second axe because I know some shit's gonna hit the fan.
Yep. All right, Cithrin, as you move towards this body that is slumped over, the body snaps its head back from over the chair and back into position, and you recognize her from the apparitions in the manor. It is the Dark Advisor Gertrude. She grins, wide and evil, and cackles a haunting laugh as her features grow long and haggard. Her skin turns midnight blue and her pupils turn the red of the 9 hells. You see, she immediately moves to stand up and rake her claws out to attack. I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
All right.
Fucking night hags.
Including Duma in the other room.
Yes.
Good luck getting through that door, Duma.
Maybe this will bode well because I rolled really shitty for my initiative.
Moladin,
Whoa, what?
may I go first?
Oh,
Strike
okay.
fear into your enemies.
Wait, why does he have advantage on his initiative?
My weapon of warning gives me an advantage on initiative.
Does it? Oh.
That is correct.
They're great.
Though I do have a question. How the fuck did I get 16 and it's red? Isn't that disadvantage?
Your other one
one of
rolled
your,
a
you
one.
got 1-1 in there.
You rolled a 15 and a 1, yeah.
I actually did have a question.
Oh god, she beat me.
I wasn't able to sort of speak while everybody was talking over each other. I was gonna try to unlock the door.
All right. Yeah, you can move to unlock the door. You can see that there's a small wooden chest that has been placed in front of it. You can slide it across and give me a strength check to try and force the door open.
Oh no, I was going for the locks with some thieves' tools.
You can see it's not locked. It just had this thing sort of jammed in front of it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you are able to shove it aside, and you'll be able to open and get through the door.
Awesome.
On the other side of the door, going first, is the little doll. She moves quickly and, again, cackling maniacally at you, Duma. She swings her knife. Does not connect. Her claws do connect for 8 slashing damage.
Dang.
Inside the room, the Great Ezekiel. The Great Ezekiel is going to hit Gertrude with a first level Dissonant Whisper.
All right.
No, second level.
She makes her save.
She takes 4 damage. God.
And she just turns and looks at you and just, you can do better than that, boy.
She says that Ezekiel's going to draw his rapier and say, perhaps I can. And that'll be it.
Cassandra.
Mind Spike on Gertrude, and she is going to roll an 8.
Ooh,
I'm using my portent for that.
Roll your damage.
And
All
then
right.
Heidi.
Psychic damage. Yeah, you see just this trickle of blood come down her ear, and her eyes, go even redder, and she just. Ugh. All right, Heidi
will assist Augustus. You're going to attack, right, Augustus?
I'm going to attack the guy in the ceiling. Augustus is looking up at the guy in the ceiling.
You get advantage, bro!
All right, yeah, you are looking up. You see this man. He is pinned up to the ceiling. He's about 8 feet above you, and you can see his life force seems to be just feeding these black vines that are, encasing most of the room.
May Moradin's blessing follow you into the afterlife, and may your trespasses on earth be forgiven. As I smash him in the face with my silver warhammer.
All right, roll your attack.
With advantage?
Yes.
Clang, clang.
All right, yeah. You smash up into the ceiling, and your silver warhammer crushes into his chest, and There's not a lot of response, but you see there is a little bit of life, and his mouth just sort of opens and some sort of blood pulls out, and you just hear this soft,
That is what we are trying to do, my friend. You are cursed, and we will ease your pain. And
Duma.
Oh, Duma's gonna go all out against this little toilet paper. After I'm done with her, that's what she's gonna be used for. Raging and reckless attack. Long sword.
I had to draw Duma, so I linked it in Discord.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
And I'm going to be shoving her towards the door where everybody got sucked in.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just trying to bring it up. Yeah, I forgot what my thing. Oh, it's a
Strength saving throw.
13. No, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 4.
She rolled a 2. So yeah, she does get knocked aside. And what's the total damage?
Oh, total distance?
No, total damage. The 12?
It's just 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, and so you knock her aside. She goes skittering across the floor, and she, starts picking herself up and looks up at you, and you can see there's a little bit of stuffing that's been torn out. And, she just sort of giggles and cackles. With that, though, inside the room, Gertrude will look at you and you just hear her say, "Rise!" And you see coming up off of the floor, 3 of the corpses rise up as ghouls sort of come up off of the ground, and she will just snarl and say, "Get them!" And so the first one is going to move in on Ezekiel. The other one's going to move in on Curious. This one will attack Augustus.
I have not done anything.
And so the one on Ezekiel is going to attempt to claw you. That is a 15 to hit. So it just hits. You take 8 slashing damage, and give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Does me being an elf help with that? A half elf, rather? Oh.
Nope. 6. You are paralyzed. You feel just the muscles inside you lock up.
Wait,
that's
wait.
Cithrin's.
Oh. Sorry, why did Cithrin do this? Oh, Ezekiel, even worse.
My bad. I thought it was me doing it.
Nope.
No,
Yeah.
it's
So
the
Ezekiel,
ghouls.
yeah, you take 8 slashing and you are paralyzed.
I thought it was Gertrude there for a second.
No, she raised the undead. So the one in front of you, Curious, is going to attempt to claw you. That is going to be a 9 to hit, so does not hit. And the one in front of you, Augustus, is going to swing at you.
All right.
That is a critical hit. You take 11 slashing, and I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, let me do the 11. And con. All right, let's see. By Morden's blessing, please help me overcome these undead foes. Or did I
You
get
are
caught?
fine. Nope,
Awesome.
14 is enough. You just had to beat a 10. So yeah, you feel this energy sort of overtake you, but with Moradin's strength, you are able to fight it off. Cithrin, you are right in front of Gertrude.
All right, I'm going to do this. Is that a hit?
That does not hit. Her skin feels tough as, almost metal or stone, and your blade just sort of scrapes across her.
All right, action
Curious.
surge. Do it
Oh,
again.
action surge. All right. 18 does hit.
Seriously, like what the fuck is these rolls today?
You've all rolled terribly the entire night.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you do slash her for 6 damage, but she sort of cackles. She's hurt, but not terribly. Curious. You are up. You have a ghoul in your face.
All right. I am going to bonus action mark the ghoul as my prey. Action, I'm going to dip my hand into my bag, stick my finger into a flask of holy water, and just sort of mark myself with the sign of some god I can't think of off the top of my head, and cast this upon myself.
One of you up there, help me. All right. Any movement? Any bonus actions?
Well, bonus action, I marked the ghoul.
Oh, you marked a ghoul. All right.
Yeah. And then I'm going to actually move slightly down a bit more and potentially attract some more attention from Gertrude.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
Radigan. You hear a soft thump as what sounds like a doll hits the closed door in front of you.
Yep, Doom is fine. I look up and I say,
What
free
if that
action.
was just Duma's head?
He's still fine.
No, Duma's head sounds like much more impactful.
By help, do you mean blow you off the ceiling?
Blow him off. We are trying. We must. He is feeding them. It
All
is
right.
bad, but we must destroy him. I
Okay,
have no idea how to deal with night witches. Is this the right way?
A large toolbox gets thrown down onto the ground. A barrel pokes out of the top of it, and this thing shoots the guy in the ceiling.
Shoots the guy on the ceiling? All right. Yeah, there's... And, yeah,
Did we just...
the
Oh.
Can we just, instead of shooting the guy in the ceiling, shoot the vines that surround him so he'll collapse and possibly we can save him, thus, ending the nightmare?
Says Cassandra after this body is just riddled with these force blasts. And, the man's body just sort of hangs limply from the ceiling. But, he is battered and sort of broken, and you can see that the leeching of his life force sort of comes to a crawl, and the glow in his chest starts to dim slightly.
All right, so that is a turret in, I believe, that square I said, and Radigan is... Well, I don't have any other actions because that was a bonus action to fire that thing. And yeah, so yeah, that's it.
All right. Outside the door, the doll picks itself up, dusts itself off, and charges back at you, Duma.
Mama.
That is a 23 to hit for 11 piercing damage, halved to 5. And then a critical hit with its claws, halved though you'll take 6 slashing damage.
Ow.
As it starts climbing and clambering up you and stabbing and slashing at you. The Great Ezekiel, you are currently paralyzed. End of your turn, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
18.
You break the paralysis. Cassandra.
Okay. Got all these zombies surrounding me. You know what? I will cast Mind Spike again, and this time she's rolling a 4.
Roll your damage. Ooh, 23 psychic damage.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah, you see her eyes actually turn sort of white, and she holds her head and just sort of shrieks in agony with that. She's starting to look fairly badly hurt as her nose is starting to bleed and there's blood dripping out of her ears.
It's a
Any
shame you
movement,
couldn't
any
make that
bonus
7
actions?
and 8.
Yeah. No bonus actions. And Heidi will help. Augustus, you're going to attack Gertrude? Or Augustus. Let's just say Augustus. He's right next to me.
Where's Heidi going? The ceiling or Gertrude?
I
I'm
don't
still
know
doing the ceiling if he's still there.
I thought he's dead.
He's almost
Yeah,
dead. So send it to
it-
Gertrude for someone else.
Alright, Sithrin, I guess.
All right. Augustus, there is this, withered human body has now been smashed by you and blasted by Radigan's turret, hanging limply from the ceiling.
All right. So I'm directly below the guy right now, right?
Yes.
All right. So my first thing is going to be Cassandra, Ezekiel, go get behind me. They will tear you apart. And with that, that will also be my bonus action, healing word on the great Ezekiel. Upcast. And I will smacky smack. Moladin, this poor wretch needs your help. Take him into your loving hands. Why do you
Unfortunately,
mock me?
you swing, and one of these black tentacles actually wraps around your hammer and nearly pulls it from your grip.
All right, and then as my last action, because I told those two to get behind me, can I still hit the guy from here on the ceiling?
No, you'd be
Okay,
too
then
far
I'll
away.
stay there. That's fine.
All right.
Done.
Duma. Duma
Oh,
versus Paul.
Yeah, Duma's not having fun with this Cabbage Patch crap.
I thought
I'm
Doom was
gonna-
having
I'm
a
gonna-
lot of fun with that doll.
friend.
I'm gonna drop my longsword and my shield, but apparently she somehow either hits me or she doesn't. So it's like she's getting criticals a lot on me. I'm gonna go in with my great axe.
Speaking of criticals,
Nice.
That is pretty great.
Oh, that is the most maximum of all maximum.
You could
Well,
do more.
you're short 4, but yeah.
that is matching your critical roll. That is 26 damage. So yeah, your axe comes down and you cleave off part of her lower leg, and she just looks up at you with these, bright blue eyes. Just goes, "Ow, that really hurt."
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, Doom is having none of this.
No shit, short doll.
Any movement? Any bonus action? Well, I guess your bonus action was.
Oh wait, I had a bonus action since I'm still. Yeah, I'm just gonna shove her away from me because apparently Ancestral Guardians is useless at this point. So it's
She's
10,
rolling
14.
hot.
I mean, it still gets applied.
She survived?
Oh yeah, she's still alive.
Ah, god damn it. Sorry, I'm just trying to bring it up. No, it's done.
Unfortunately, sorry, never mind. That was for Lord.
Yeah, no, yeah. That there's a reason why I posted that, because I know no one can actually see my legitimate health because I can't affect the green bar.
Gertrude's gonna fuck us up.
All right. With that, Gertrude looks at you, Sithrin, and she will take a step. Actually, no. She will just stand up and looking, and from her hand, she will fire a whole bunch of magical blue darts.
She's
Is there a
magical
painting to
missiling.
stop her?
Cithrin, you are struck by 2 of them. You take 6 force damage. And Curious, you're struck by 1. You take 3 force damage.
Sorry, how much damage do I take?
6.
Oh, she has to make the save.
I take 0.
All right.
Actually, wait a minute. Does she have to make a save?
Well, she has
just disadvantage
disadvantage, but
on
its
attack
magic
rolls.
missile hits automatically.
Yeah. So I use my stone's endurance so that I take.
You take no damage.
Wow, I got a max roll on that too.
Cithrin.
I'm just gonna try and swing at her with Max. That's a
That
miss.
is a miss.
That's it.
Curious.
Okay. Here's a question. When do the ghouls act?
Oh, sorry. They should have acted on her turn.
Too late.
Thank you. Yep. Nope. So, first ghoul is going to attempt to bite at Ezekiel. That is a critical hit for 14 piercing damage. The one is going to swing at you, Curious, with disadvantage.
Oh, thank
that
God
is-
I did that healing word.
That is an 11. And then one is going to attempt to claw you, Augustus.
Bring it, you undead son of a bitch!
That is an 11. It misses. All right. Curious, it is your turn.
All right. So I swing with the hand axe on the ghoul. He's marked, so he takes 10 damage.
He is dead. He falls back down to the ground, a corpse.
Okay. In this turn, I will bonus action attack Gertrude.
That is a hit for 3 damage. So yeah, your axe makes contact and this black sort of ichor continues to flow out of her.
And that will be my turn. I might. No, actually, I'll say, if you need to get behind me to Cithrin, and then that'll be my turn.
All right,
And
Radigan.
Sandra.
Okay. Radigan is going to he's going to aim the crossbow at Gertrude and shoot her, hopefully.
That hits. So yeah, your crossbow strikes, sort of burns and oh no, you switched to force damage. So yeah, you hear this sort of crack and crunch of a rib, and she sort of winces in pain.
Okay.
And your ballista?
And the force ballista is going to continue firing up at our.
Damn.
All right. Yeah. Blasts and bursts around, and this green sort of gem in his chest falls to the ground. And as this happens, you start to also see cracks appear across the ceiling above you, and a couple of small chunks of plaster start falling as well.
Well, I'll take a collapse as opposed to burn in the place.
Any movement?
Would opening the door count as movement? No, that'd be an action, wouldn't it?
Free action.
Yeah, it's interact with object.
Yeah, free action. I'll just open the doors.
All right. You see Duma in a life and death struggle with this little doll as they are going back and forth, and both of them look rather beaten up at this point.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I have line of sight on the doll.
You do. And all of you get to turn and see as this doll, looks up at the ceiling that is cracking, pulls her knife, stabs at Duma, but Duma is able to deflect it away with his blade. Then she will come at him with her claws, and that is also batted aside, and she will drop and turn and giggling and laughing start running through that door. Duma, you get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I'm taking advantage of this, bitch.
That is a hit. 8 slashing damage. So you still hear her running away and giggling, and then it just fades off into the distance. All right. The great Ezekiel. You can see chunks of the ceiling and plaster are starting to fall to the floor as the house starts to sort of shiver and shake. And you can, as you look up and look around, you see the man that was hanging from the ceiling, a sort of small smile comes across his face and he just says, "Thank you." And then he disintegrates into a pile of ash and sort of flitters down from the ceiling. And you see this bright emerald on the floor, shining brightly still with its arcane energy.
Do I have any idea what the purpose of the emerald might be?
You get the sense, you knew this green light was sort of necrotic energy, so you think this might be this evil sort of necrotic thing that Hedron told you guys about and asked you to destroy.
We must. Well, I will
right.
try and summon my cart into the room. I wish I had my cart. I wish I had my cart. I wish I had my cart.
Ezekiel is going to take. Look at all these slashing weapons that I have. You can just try and hit it with his rapier, I guess.
Okay. Roll your attack.
6.
Is there not still a
No, wait, is it
thing trying to
prone?
eat him?
Oh, there is still a ghoul trying to eat him, yes.
Yeah. Is it prone?
It is prone.
Do I have advantage?
Yes, I will say you hit it with a 10. It is just an object. So yeah, you do sort of stab at it, and there's a flare of sort of arcane light, and you see a little hairline crack appear in it. Any movement? Any bonus action?
No movement. I'm going to say, Radigan, please blow this up.
Alrighty.
And then bonus action, healing word, level 2 on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, our 2
Cassandra.
healers are kind of hurt.
I'm also like tapped out on spell. I have 1 first level spell slot left.
Yeah, but what if I drop now?
I have 1 first level
I
spell slot
can,
left.
in
Oh.
theory, cast Goodberry.
All
You
right,
guys
what do
are
I have
Goodberry.
left?
Oh, that sucks.
Green crystal.
All right, so you see, yeah, there is a green arcane crystal on the floor in front of you that you've seen Ezekiel try and stab and sort of break. The Night Hag is currently fighting with Cithrin and Curious. There's still a couple of ghouls that are up and about, but you do notice like the roof is starting to cave in and collapse around you.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Magic Missile level 1 at the Night Hag.
All right, the 3 bolts blast into her. Roll your damage. That is 11 damage. She is looking pretty rough right now. Any movement? Any bonus action?
No movement, and Augustus Gustantine will get advantage on his next attack.
All right.
Lehadi.
Augustus, what are you doing?
All right, so we have those guys are still up. Gertrude is still alive.
She's
Or
hurt,
she's dead.
though.
Oh, she's hurt.
but
Okay.
alive.
And the necromantic crystal that's putting in energy into the room is behind me, right?
Is on the floor behind you, yes.
All right. So we're going to bonus action magic weapon.
Okay.
Gotta have that. And let's actually, being a cleric and knowing about undead, would I think that destroying the crystal would stop at least some of the ghouls?
You get the sense that, given the way it was feeding the necrotic energy, that destroying the gem would probably take care of most everything.
All right, so I will smash the gem. Moladin, I'm going to drop my shield as a free action. Two-handed with the silvered warhammer, turn my back on the ghoul behind me. Moladin, your strength is needed most now! As I strike down onto it's prone.
It is.
Right?
That is a critical hit. So yeah, I will say with your magic silvered warhammer, there is just this crack and spray of green energy that blasts out across this room. And you hear Gertrude the night hag sort of shriek in agony, and the ghouls vanish in a spray of this green light that flares out. And as you look, you can see that these shards of the emerald have passed clear through Curious, and Cithrin are sort of stuck and embedded in Gertrude's chest like shrapnel. And she staggers and is still on her feet, but is terribly badly wounded. Duma, you are up.
I still have movement, so I'll move up here.
Is the doors open?
Yes, Radigan, open the door.
We can't see through
Okay,
it.
but I can't see.
I've been busy.
Just a wee bit.
So I'm assuming that is Gertrude stands next to Slytherin?
Yes.
Okay, so I am literally just going to take all my anguish out on her. I'm just gonna Goring Rush her.
All right. You come charging through the doors, leaping over the turret, shoving your way past Curious at Gertrude the Night Hag.
And she's gonna end up with more than one asshole.
That makes me happy.
I say what I mean, and I mean what I
Alright.
say.
Roll your damage. Critical hit. Okay. Yeah. With that, you come in, you lean down, and your horns just tear right through her. And you are able to sort of lift her off the ground and just toss her over top of this desk that sort of splinters and shatters as she goes crashing across it. And her form is just broken and shattered on the ground over here. And as she lays there, you can just see this green emeralds that are in there just start to like eat away at her, almost like acid, as it cuts into the wounds. And she just looks up at you and just says, and can't even get any angry words out as she fades into death.
Excellent.
And with that, the ceiling, also a large chunk of stone, just collapses down on top of her. You guys need to get the hell out of here. I will say, I want all of you just give me a group dexterity check as you head out of this room as the walls start to shake and collapse around you.
Let's just roadrunner the hell out of this.
I was going to dive over the balcony.
You can certainly do that. You do see that, there is an open sort of balcony space, and you see the outdoors. So anyone who wants to follow Cithrin as she leaps can do that.
I'm after Slytherin.
I'll follow.
Short
First,
as quick as fruit, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Yeah, we'll go.
So you guys leap over, and as you, head towards the ground, you drop about 15 feet into this incredibly soft snow, and it cushions your falls, sort of sprays up around you, and you hear the laughter and voice of Hedron, who just says, "Thank you, Auril will smile upon you." And with that, you guys sort of hit into this gentle blanket of snow, and you feel sort of warm and enclosed, even in this cold sort of embrace. And all you see around you is white, and it is this whiteness that as you awaken in the morning and open up, you see that there is sunlight streaming through the cracks in the closed shutters of the hunting lodge that you find yourself in. And it is this morning sunlight that has awoken you. You have come through the night, survived the necrotic energy in the manor, and freed some of the forest, of the Timberway forest, from the evil that was inhabiting it. You guys have survived and awake, refreshed with a full night's rest.
Woo!
Nice.
And you find you have not actually used any of the potions or anything else that you had on your person before you went to bed.
Sweet.
Sweet.
All right, I can sense more things.
Oh, Duma's gonna pass out for a minute.
We just woke up, Duma. Why are you falling back to sleep?
You're well
More
rested.
alchemist fire would have been used had I known that.
Senpai, notice me.
Yes, you guys managed to escape the
Jesus.
falling manor, which has been the epitome of true evil. The night hag Gertrude has been defeated and the undead laid to rest. You know not who the hag's victim was, however, but they did leave you with a feeling of accomplishment and knowledge that you have helped out. And I will say the last thing you see before you wake up is the piles of rubble and decayed remains of the manor finally resting in peace. And this night begins to grow old as the first hint of dawn start to creep over the horizon. And it is there, as you are looking out amongst the woods that surround the manor, you all notice a pair of glowing crystal blue eyes. And carrying out over the now still, night air, the eyes fade into blackness as you hear the laugh fade away into the forest.
That
Dun,
doll!
And that is where we will end it for the night.
Yeah,
Yay!
Duma before he passes out, he said, "I think one of the dolls
Bravo.
survived." Then he passed.
What dolls? There were no dolls except for the first one. I did not see a second doll.
There were so many
Actually,
dolls!
you would have seen the one that was fighting Duma.
No. He killed it before the door opened, right?
No,
No,
it ran
door ran
away
away.
after the
We
door
all
was
saw it.
opened.
Yeah, it ran away, but
Oh, okay.
Augustus technically had his back turned towards the door.
Okay.
There was
Cithrin
no
will
doll.
explain that it was the same doll because Cithrin saw the wounds that we inflicted on her after at least one of the battles. So yeah, Cithrin's going to explain that it was probably the one doll just being resurrected over and over and over again.
Well, I will
Patrick?
believe you, but I did not see it. But there are many strange things in this world.
Patrick, before we go for the night, can I get the ability to actually edit the green bar for my character?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think you fought well enough to deserve that?
Well, we
Terrible.
did better than my group because one guy got stuck on the other side of the door and couldn't bust it down. He was attacking the door and he couldn't. I can't remember honestly if he wasn't rolling enough to hit, or if he just wasn't rolling enough damage, or like a combination. But like the whole boss fight happened and he was on the other side of the door just trying
Thank
to get
you.
in.
Yeah,
So-
I can't believe
Yeah.
I can't believe 6 of you got pulled into the room instead of like 1 or 2.
I was
That makes
just
the
too.
fight a little less terrifying, but it's also good because we were running long on time.
Yeah.
Also, if it's the one person that could have stayed outside the room, it was Duma.
Yeah. I mean, I was the other one that could possibly have done it.
This took a lot longer than I thought it would, honestly. But again, it had been like 2 years since I read it because I thought it'd go a little bit faster.
We also like our
Also, 7
roleplay.
players.
That too.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, I mean, you
Sorry,
guys.
can we wrap it up?
Oh, we're
Yes,
we're done.
Can.
We're done.
I would like to thank everyone for watching. I would like to thank ZLT Superfan as always. And I would also like to thank Commander Root, Electrical Longboard, Host Me Raffle, and Lurks. Catch us next week for another episode of The Demon Plague and Legacy of the Crystal Shard. Have a nice night. Bye-bye.
Night, everyone.
Good night.